Welcome to the castle, everybody come inside, where each soul is important and stands with pride. No opinion's better than the next, we respect them all feelings are valid, let them echo off every wall. In the home of good vibes, we embrace and we heal, sharing truth and compassion with a soulful appeal. I'm your vibes queen, guiding light through the night, building trust in our kingdom as our hearts unite. I brew all the tea warm and sweet with intention, got receipts to back it up, every claim gets attention. They call me the receipt queen, evidence on my throne. When drama gets crazy, I make sure the truth is known. Y'all like, can you believe what we've heard? I keep it real and calm, delivering truth in each word. If rumors are swirling, I say, okay, let's see, and present all the facts so y'all can feel free. For my members only, I share that exclusive tea. Platinum, you love it over here, living life carefree. We keep it real and loyal, trust growing each day. Inside these castle walls, love flows in every way. Every castle resident's voice is heard loud and clear. We vibe together in harmony, year after year. Our story grows stronger with each conversation. So join the family now, be part of creation. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle, where everyone is welcome. All be hip-hop track. Welcome to the castle, everybody step inside. Vibes queen on the throne, come along for the ride. No opinion's better than the next, that's the deal. All feelings are valid, every vibe here is real. Castle residents, stand up, we keep it moving strong. In this kingdom of vibes, you know that you belong. Respect in the castle, that's how we do it each day. So settle in and vibe out, VQ's leading the way. I'm the receipt queen, I keep receipts on file, spilling all the tea in the castle with style. When the drama pops off, ooh, y'all like it's hot, I stay cool with the facts, giving proof on the spot. You get my story, okay, I'll prove it real quick, dropping all the receipts, now the truth really sticks. I'm serving up truth while they just chasing clout. In the castle we keep it real, no room for any doubt. For my members only, I spill extra tea on the side. Platinum, you love it over here, it's a VIP ride. Behind these castle doors, I serve truth extra strong. Exclusive vibes for my people, we vibing all night long. If you want the inside scoop, then you know what to do. Hit that join button fast and come through with the crew. Castle crew so loyal, shining bright like a crown. We built this family together, ain't no tearing it down. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle, where everyone is welcome.
Hey guys, welcome back to the castle. If you are new here, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Hey Golden.
Hey, vibes in chat, and I can't see anyone, but hello, chat.
Ooh, so y'all seen the thumbnail, y'all seen the title. CPS showed up at Sunny's house. So let's talk about it.
Yes, let's talk about it. I do have a question because, like I said, I don't really watch her that much. Can anyone tell us if she lets anyone know, besides her sister verifying it? Did she tell anybody yesterday that was CPS at my house just now, or CPS stopped by, or did she just keep it a secret?
Um, I think when she came back, she was like, "Oh, y'all want to talk?" It's something she said, maybe like probably not directly, but she basically confirmed it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she did. I don't
Um,
remember what was the verbiage she used. I know I have the clip though.
Did anyone see her children yesterday after that, or hear them in the background?
Well, I was told that um she had the kids on the camera asking the people not to call CPS anymore. I didn't see that though, but I was told that.
Right, I heard about that, but I mean, after CPS showed up, I'm trying to figure out, did they take the kids or not? Like, did she share that? Did anyone see the kids after that? Hear the kids in the background or anything?
Um, no, I'm gonna say no. The kids are still there. They
Okay.
are, because the way she was acting, she would have been way more upset. She came back like kind of like bragging, like y'all tried type of stuff. No, they're still there.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why she's getting away with it. And that's because it's all hearsay. Nobody has proof. Nobody has provided proof. When they get there, it's not like a situation where the kids are probably real nasty and the house has trash all over it. I mean, there's nothing to make them want to be able to take them, any good justification. But, she thinks she's slick. All of those people who are making those reports, they don't understand that. And that's what I've been trying to get across to people, an individual. You can't just make accusations. I mean, there are some that take advantage of parents and will take them anyway and create a whole case if they just suspect it. But if I call and tell, if I call or anyone else calls and makes a report, and when they get out there, whatever the report is about, or just when they go, there's no proof of anything. Like the kids appear to be healthy. They don't see any burn marks or, black eyes on the kids. The house might, just be, it's livable or whatever, decent. It might not be where it's trash, like a hoarder all over the place. What would be the reason for taking them? And she's denying it. And you know what I mean? Like, what would be the reason for taking the kids? There is no reason. They can't. I don't know why people are just wondering why the state is. The state might. I think every state has possibly failed children, but they've also taken advantage of families. And you cannot do that. Let somebody come over here with an accusation and there's no proof, and they snatch my baby away from me, and see if they won't be sued.
So Drea and Manifest confirmed that they're still there.
Okay. Well, nobody has provided those people with videos. What she did, her act was emotional abuse on the child. A lot of people don't think that that's considered abuse, but it is, and they will take a child away. It's just not physical. Emotional abuse, they can take a child away. And it's not about her fussing at the kid or getting on them about something. It's how she starts. She was, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought she was talking to a bee off the streets.
Yep.
That's some stuff you say to somebody, you know what I mean?
Thank you so much, Caution. Thank you, Gemini and Caution. I appreciate y'all.
So she thinks she's getting over, but it's going to be somebody who's going to know how to not manipulate. She thinks she's manipulating the system. But when they start actually providing some proof, it's too many videos out there. And I don't understand whoever has been making these reports. It's like I mentioned last night, you got to be the one to you got to be the one to push the issue. You got to be the one when you make that report. You've got to be the one to say, "Well, is there any way I could provide? I have some proof, ma'am. I'm telling you what happened, but is there any way I could provide the proof? Do you have a number of, or do I have? Can I get provided an email or a supervisor? Please." She ain't getting over. It's just that the people don't know how to make those reports properly. Period.
Yeah.
You know, It's too much proof. Do you think if you brought that video in the courts that they would not take that in consideration, and you're watching what, you know what I mean? It's just like if somebody hit you from the back and they lie and say you backed into them. If you got a video, you know what I mean? You can't wiggle out of it. There's no
You want to
wiggling out, period.
you want to see what the chat's saying? Um,
Yeah, what are they saying?
Manifest said, I know for a fact they could take them away from those videos, even if the home is clean and there is food there.
I agree with that. There has to be some proof. It could be clean, but I'm just saying, once they get there, there's no proof. There's no videos. The home is clean. There's food. What can you take? Why can't you take them? Now, if you have some proof, yeah, the videos is the proof. Whoever reported them, there is no proof. People look how that other one tried to accuse you of something with no proof. They're just talking, but turning the blind eye on the video that we all saw the other day, while he's harassing and lying on you. You see what I'm
Um,
saying? So
mhm.
there's no proof. What you gonna do? Go into the courts and say, you know what I'm saying? If she would get those kids right back, and she would probably have a lawsuit.
Drea said they told her not to have them on live anymore. How you know that, Drea? But you know the sister was live today.
Well, how did she know that they told her that? Because they can't even control that. Like they might have told her that, but they can't control that. They unless it's a court order. You can't tell me I not to have my kids on live anymore. They may have suggested that you might want to not, but they weren't even on live. It's her doing all the performing. They don't even have to be in the camera, and she's cussing and carrying on at them.
Oh, so Drea said the sister was, I guess, on live today, said that about not having them on camera anymore.
They probably suggested it, but they can't make that. They can't demand it because there's no court order. They'll tell
Hey,
you anything, like how they just told her that. Don't have them on camera anymore. They can't control. Well, I shouldn't even let me just be quiet because I might be giving her some hints. But no, let her do what she want to do because see, she'll perform again, get drunk, and get stupid. Yes, her time
um,
is running out. Yes, ma'am.
mm-hmm. He said something need to be done with the boyfriend as well. Yeah, he's enabling the situation.
You know what? Yes and no. She is the one who's responsible for her household, her life, and her children. This nigga is just somebody on the internet. She has never touched this man before, anything. So it's her problem. It's not even really that man's problem. A man will do what he's trifling and he shouldn't be doing whatever he's doing, but he's going to do. It's her. She's responsible for her kids. And if she's allowed herself to be that weak, then they don't need to be with her.
Let's see what they said. Her sister debunked a few lies today. I didn't really get to watch it.
Queen,
I missed
share
them.
with us what the lies were, if you don't mind.
You said, does she have a case and they just didn't take the kids? I'm not sure. I don't know what happened. All I know was the dad walked in the room. Somebody walked in the room because I didn't see the dad. And she immediately, like, the screen went blank. So I just assumed it was
I
the
heard her
dad
say
saying, oh,
daddy or something. I heard her say something like, okay, daddy, or something like that.
but you saw the look on her face when she saw him. She was shook.
Hmm.
That just, the way she looked was like, oh my God, you're down here. It must be something serious. That means he don't normally come down there.
He probably told her some people at the door for you
hmm
because she was trying to mute it and everything else so nobody could hear whatever he was saying.
But listen, I know she said she want all the smoke and she threatened everybody yesterday. When she came back on the live, uh-huh, she said ZX, me, ZX Chase, um, Dimples from Beef Sector. She had everybody's name attached to something and showed her mugshot and said that, oh, look at my mugshot from back in the day. I went to jail before for arson. And
She got
basically
that from
said,
her. She got
mm,
that from her adopted daddy. And I meant to share that with somebody, or I told somebody that before. Is that really cute? You went to jail for arson? Well, take your ass on because if that's the way that you can get your kids removed and so they can have a better quality of life, do what you have to do. Roll your ass on over there and burn something. She got it from this fake daddy of hers, her uncle in law, adopted daddy. Remember, he burned up a bear. So ain't no telling how much, like that's something that's probably is regular that has gone in the home where they think that shit is funny, but we're gonna burn this up. Throw that in the barbecue pit or whatever. Some old ignorant shit.
yeah, I know she was, yep, basically, you're right, Dre. I'm just not going to flash it though. Because the KILL word, she was basically saying she would take people out of here and eat them. So I don't know what kind of behavior is that.
Take them out and do what?
Eat
Oh, and
them?
she could take her own self out because it looks like that's what she's trying to do anyway. She's a miserable, you know what? And see, I've given that girl so much grace, but when she thought she was going to come for me and on in her lives, so that using me for content. See, don't let these people try to switch it around like you using my name for content. No, bitch, you're you. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse my French. No, B, you're using everybody else's name for content because once you start doing that rambling and cussing people out, and those people click on your video, they sit on there because they're being entertained. Like, ooh, she cussing somebody out. So, and then you go from person to person. Can you just have a regular conversation and people sit up on your live? No, you can't. That's why you got to take off your top and show your nip. I saw a guy the other day when she had on that top. They mentioned something about the nipples. You got to do all of that and and provide a freak show to keep people on your channel. And what do they call it? In vertical. If she wasn't talking about nothing, they would click on off. But because when they click on, if you click on a random page and they cursing and carrying on, you want to know what they talking about. This is some drama. This is this is something that's going to grab your attention. And she's calling
Um,
Vibes. They don't even know who Vibes is. And I've seen some of them say, well, who are they talking about? But they don't really care. They just watching her curse and carry on. And they like, ooh, you know? So no, she's using everybody else for content because what would you be doing if you wasn't cussing everybody out on that page?
so
She'll
Queen
just
Spirit,
start up doing it because she knows that's how she gets the numbers and attention. Stop trying to switch it around where people are using you. No, they're responding after you cuss them out.
Queen Spirit, is trying to answer the question that you asked. Remember, you asked her, with the lies the sister debunked. She said her sister said they all were adopted, not just Sunnyi.
I think I remember Sunnyi saying they all were. It was just that Sunnyi had the last name.
Yeah. That's the only response I see she said so far.
Mm-hmm.
But I know the sister was saying something about, oh, when people from the internet call, it's not as effective as if one of the family member report her. And it's
No.
the last go around of her trying to save her. And I'm like, wait, just the other day you were saying that when they show up again, you're not going to lie for her.
Mm. I don't take all that stuff serious. When people are upset at their family and friends, they'll say anything and then they'll go and backtrack and do something all the way different. I never take that kind of stuff serious unless I know it's a person unless I know them personally and I know they don't play and I know they will actually go move forward with it. But those people, that you can't even take them serious because, uh, you know, they're not credible people. And I'm not saying that about like her sister, like she's not a credible person. But I already knew when I heard her say that before. I said, oh, they just mad at each other. When the time comes again, she'll protect the kid, protect Sunnyi again.
Yep, Drea, you're right. Yep. The stuff she be saying about islanders and yeah, like when she said something about Chase, like, oh, y'all Jamaicans this and I don't like y'all. Y'all and Mexicans are like the worst. I hate y'all. Uh-huh. Go back to your country and go run amok. All kind of stuff. Yep.
She sound like she hate herself and her children. She hate her children more than she hate y'all because anytime you talk to a 6-year-old like that and the enablers, they was trying, yeah, everybody didn't fuss. They lying if they ain't never fussed at their kids. Stop playing. Fussing at your kids and raising your voice at your kids. You know, God dog well, nobody is calling their little babies bees and hoes. And if you doing it, I see why you support her. And if you doing it, you need to be reported. And so, but to even make her think like it's okay, y'all still trying to sugarcoat, and you know what I mean, instead of keeping it real. That's why I said they all liars anyway. So they're not capable of keeping shit real. They're not capable of saying, Sunnyi, look, you're my friend, but you're gonna have to stop this. That's wrong. Don't be doing that to them kids.
Yep. Hello to
They don't have
everybody
the guts
coming
to
up in
say it.
here.
Who?
Copper Bills. Hello to everybody coming in. Copper Bills and Reese. Anybody that just joined us. Hello.
Hello,
Welcome.
everyone.
Living my best life. Hey guys. Reese say, I think DCF said more than that because she's angry. Yeah, she's very angry, actually.
Well, she's angry because somebody called on her anyway.
What? You said she's very angry because she started roasting her own child again. Oh, you know what, Copper? Great point. I actually forgot about that. She started roasting her again and repeated the same empty threats after they left. And talking about, oh, the little girl can't wipe her own butt and all
I
of this
remember
stuff.
that. Mm-hmm. Like, why would you say that on online with all these strangers? Basically, basically, she was saying it like she was the child's age. Yeah, she can't even wipe her butt. Who a mother? She's not a mother. And she's never had a mother, even that adopted mother. As far as I'm concerned, they just dealt with her and tolerated her.
Mm-hmm.
Because you
And
by
I'm,
now, if even if you had an adopted mother or a foster mother, and your mother wasn't being a mother, you would have picked up something from that woman. All they were doing, like I say about a lot of these parents, all they did was provide her a roof over her head and food, the bare, the bare necessities. But teaching her, directing her, guiding her, something is wrong.
yeah, like, why are you even talking under that little girl clothes on live? Crazy.
That's because she's still trying to justify it and make it seem like what she did wasn't nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I called her to basically, yeah, I called her to be, she don't even be wiping her butt. Like, and it don't even make sense. And people are still sitting up on that channel like it does and not calling her out. And the ones who do, the moderators delete it.
Yeah.
They ain't shit. And I don't care what they say. Because if they're willing to swing and fight for somebody who's bullying, they want to swing and fight somebody who's bullying little kids. That's a punk ass move. And they feel like they can do it because the kids got to depend on, you know what I'm saying, have to be in the home with her or depend on her in some way,
Great.
or a little way, because really it ain't nothing that she can really do for him anyway. But teach them and talk to them. And she ain't doing that. She's talking to the strangers. They more important in the freak show she's offering online.
Yep, you
She's a
say nope.
loser.
Copper say nope. My mama never called me insulting names and slapped me across my head. My mama's silence was powerful. I agree. My mom
Yeah.
used to look at us and we know that look means sit down and act right. She didn't have to yell or scream or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing. I know I done
Now,
told y'all that already. Mm-hmm.
and it's not even an excuse like, well, the child has behavior issues and they don't listen to the teacher, they don't listen to these kids are not even exhibiting serious behavior issues where you feel like you might have to go there. I'm not talking about calling them a B, but I'm saying like to how her behavior.
Hey, God body.
If she loved her kids, she'd give them up to
Um,
somebody who's capable of giving them some love and attention.
B Spike says she's insecure because she know she don't take baths and smell, and the daughter called her out. Yeah.
Yes, yep, Barbara, exactly.
Mm-hmm. She went on a rant, and then after, wait, you said she went on a rant, and then after said, I will tell that to the therapist too. So I think maybe CPS is making her go to therapy. You know what? I did hear her say, oh, I just take the class or something like that when she came back. So she got to take some class, probably a
Oh,
parenting class.
you know what? It could be where they gave her an option. Well, we have services for you. They might give her some services, because I've heard that before, where they don't actually put the case all the way into children's services. I mean, well, where they'll take the kids away, but they'll provide services like if she needs daycare or whatever, and things to help her, with her situation, to make her situation better, you know. So yeah, she needs some therapy, but the reality is she can go to that therapist all day long. Does she really want the therapy? So, even with therapy, sometimes you got to really want it. Or are you doing it just to satisfy and CPS to get them out your hair?
He said, what was her point of showing the pics of the toys? I guess that's supposed to look like she's taking care of her kids. She probably ordered that stuff on Prime and got it same day delivery or
And it was some
overnight or
cheap,
something.
it was a waste. Like them old cheap little toys that she sent look like they was too small. Like them little baskets. Them kids is too, like if you're gonna get them a real shopping, they have larger ones. You know, them things, kids probably gotta bend all the way down to their knees to push those old raggedy looking baskets, little plastic things. Yeah, she was doing that because she's trying to make up and butter and manipulate and butter those kids up and to try to show people, look what I did. Cause see, I didn't talked about her on my page. Look what I did. I bought them some toys. She did it for herself, really.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right, Queen Spirit. Maybe it's anger management. Yeah, you're right.
I can't read Copper's. It's too small. Let me see.
It said that's why she started roasting her child again because she said everyone believes a child about saying her own mother didn't smell good. Like, girl, you let your child, make you feel so insecure.
That's the same child who said she smelled before. That little girl tells us. That little girl, she tells the truth about those odors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She told the person to reveal themselves. Child, listen.
Oh, really, Copper? So I guess they was trying to help her out to look good. Hmm. They could have saved their money because those, bad quality looking toys, that cheap shit that she had, she posted. Like, where are they getting these toys from?
Y'all be sure to hit the like button for us, okay? It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. He said someone else purchased those items for the minors. We did not buy them. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you're right.
Well, she got paid yesterday, so that's why I was thinking that. Plus, she sent Capri some money for groceries. So, I mean, did she leave out yesterday when she got her bottle of wine or whatever? Maybe she did go stop at some old little cheap, little spot, one of them little cheap Asian stores that sell all them little, you know, cheap stuff, and just grab some stuff.
Well,
I don't know.
I know she do have Prime. That girl ain't used to nothing. She was so excited. She was like, "Oh, I ran out of poop bags," and she said the other word though. Yeah. And she had to get them on Prime. Oh, Prime came through as in Amazon Prime. Okay, they came through because they had the same day delivery. I'm like, girl, where do you live? That's normal. That's nothing new.
But guess
You could
what?
go on there right now and go buy a charger for your phone and it'll show up within some hours.
But why did you let your bags run out? Because you've been using your money for weed, for drinks,
Uh-huh.
instead of sacrificing saying, okay, well, I can't buy this Jack Daniels. I got to get some bags. Like, that's like a woman screwing her money on something else instead of buying her sanitary napkins. What kind of person are you? You don't care about hygiene.
No,
So what was you gonna do?
because
Just poop, let the poop fall on the floor?
then she even went as far as said, "Oh, I be having to pay him like to come out here to fight for her or whatever. I keep sending him money, so you don't have what you want. Your girls don't have what they need, but you keep sending the man money and you didn't even get your bag. And even if you ran out of bag, the man couldn't buy you some bag. That don't even make no sense. You got to wait on payday. Golden, she said, I ordered the bags at midnight. When my check hit at midnight yesterday morning, she ordered the bags and then they showed up during the day.
So she had to wait for her check, something like that. That's like a baby with diapers. You try to make sure that you have enough, and when you getting low, you don't let your baby just piss all in the clothes and poop all in the clothes until you get paid to get some more diapers. See, that's why now kind of makes sense when she says she screwed Bonte's homeboy or whoever for a pack of diapers.
Redbone is up in the building. Hey, Redbone.
Hey, Redbone.
How are you? You say, yeah, she needs somebody to show her some attention. That's why she sent that lady groceries. She needs to be validated, even though we all know she's a piece of ish.
Right.
Yeah,
Sonny
I was
bought me
blown
some
away.
groceries. Hmm.
Yes, I was blown away. She said, "Oh, that check came through right on time. Thank God I didn't have to go to the ER to go get some poop bags." I'm like, "What?"
But you sending
Mm-mm.
money all over the place, sending money for some dude to virtual swing for you because you messy and full of drama right along with him. So you gonna not have your sanitary net? Imagine, oh Lord, I'm saying this. I know. What does she do? Imagine, just like she ran out of bags, sanitary napkins. She's
I
next.
can't imagine. Like, come on. You come out here, you beg for $20 to buy what was it, a sandwich? But you never ask for the stuff that's really important. That's weird
No,
to me.
no. When she gets her money, put it like this. I know women when they were on a fixed income and wasn't working, when they got their money on the first or whenever they got their money, they went shopping and got the necessities out to make sure that it would last the month. If they had a baby, they made sure they bought enough diapers to last for the month and a couple of about a week more just in case or two over for the baby. You do that stuff. You make sure you get your necessities. You know, you need more soap in the house, toilet paper. Those are the things you do first. Then, like I tell my kids, you know what I'm saying? You first work hard, then play later. Then you go and play and buy them old raggedy ass cheap wigs and all that kind of stuff. You don't go
Ooh,
buy all that stuff first and you know what I mean, and buy weed, drinks, everything and don't have the necessities, don't have your food.
look at what Redbone say. Or insurance pays for them. She probably lying to get cash out. Then she'll say, "Oh, I just got my Medicaid back." Redbone.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of these insurance even have the over-the-counter budget that they give you every month.
Well,
And you know what
that's
I'm
when
talking
you're
about?
working. That's when you're working and you have that insurance and it expires. So I know a lot of people go run and try to buy a lot of Tylenol and different stuff like that before the next before it ends. And then you know, and then let's just say if you don't spend all that money and then it ends, you just lose out on that. I think that's what you're talking about. You know, and you can buy in like Depends or whatever. She's just trifling because I heard her say she did not pay rent. There is no way if you have a whole check and you panhandling online and people are sending you money, there is no reason why your kids don't look good. Your kids are not in activities. You know what I'm saying? Your kids have, come on. And she shouldn't even be begging for Amazon wish list. She
Mhm.
should be doing that herself with that check. But that's a
Reese,
selfish person.
Reese, you're right. She's not making the money that she could make because of all the music. You're right, and she don't go back and edit them out. So,
She doesn't
hmm
have to make that money at all. Her check and not paying rent should be enough to make sure she has food. Her priorities are messed up.
yeah, you
She'll
know he
bet
got some money, or because he didn't get the money, that's why he flipped out yesterday
because he
and
know
hit
her
the
payday.
channel. Hmm
Yeah, wait, I could imagine him. Also, you gonna give Capri some money, and I'm the one who been on here fighting for you. Yeah, and guess what? You're fired. She can pay somebody else then. You ain't fighting for free. But did you
Listen,
all hear another content creator talk about him yesterday and mention that he had all kinds of women before? He's a scammer sending them money. And they said that every 90 days it seemed like the little girl had a birthday. So they, and women are like that. Oh, his daughter's having a birthday and he's having a hard time. Let me get her, a gift. He's
who said
trifling.
that, Golden? You can say their name. I don't care.
The ex. He talked about it
Oh,
yesterday and how there were some women that was trying to uh put together something to collect money for him, just using people. And like I said before, now it makes sense why he was supporting Monique because he's a scammer just like her.
yeah, for that over-the-counter stuff that they could buy. Yep, and it come with pads and everything. I know some insurance did it. United one for sure.
Yeah, it's part of the health insurance plan, and they call it. I forget what they call it right now, but
It's
yeah, and if he does
OTC, over the counter, whatever.
right, and if you don't use all the money up, you'll lose it. It's like a quarterly thing or something, and then you'll get some more money for the next quarter. So I know people who don't use all their money, and they'll go to the drugstore and they might buy a whole bunch of stuff or ask people, "Is it anything you want?" To spend all the money up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's
And
for
you could just
working
call the
people.
line and order. No, no,
That's not for. I thought that was just for people who have insurance, like through their jobs and stuff, where they have that, like Medicaid and all that. They either the Medicaid and Medic whatever pay for it or they don't.
no, because I know somebody that was retired that get that same benefit, and you could call the 1-800 number,
Uh
and
huh.
you could get like a representative and just talk and say, well, I need number 200 because they go by numbers. So she know number 200 is the Depends, or number one, I want a toothbrush, or a body wash might be number six.
Okay.
You
Well,
order it
that's
like
something new
that,
to
and
me.
then yeah, and then as long as you don't go over your $25, then yeah, you get gloves and anything that you need.
But
Or
she's
even
high.
people on Medicaid, I knew got that before. Copper said,
She's.
yeah, my dad gets a debit card with money every month from his health insurance. I was wondering what that is. Yeah.
Mm. Why you know that those bags are important? Why, when you don't get your check, when you get your check, you should make sure that you have all of that, and then screw off your money. She don't. So a person who can't even take care of something like that, you gonna sit here and lie and come on talking about how you watch your A. Everybody know you're lying. Don't nobody even talk about that's not even a conversation the person is gonna have every day. I watch my ass. I watch my come on, girl, get out of here.
Thank you so much, Drea. I appreciate you. Hey to everybody coming in here. Hey guys. Hey Clarissa.
Hi, Clarissa.
If I miss you, it's not intentional, okay?
And by the way, for anybody in the chat, I can't see the chat. So hey,
Yeah, I try
Vanessa.
to flash the comments, like, if you're talking, so I don't cut you off so they don't feel ignored. If you don't hear
Right.
me say your name, your comment is on the screen. I see y'all, okay?
Good
You
morning,
say you late.
MGO.
Yeah, dropping by to hit the like. Thanks, MGO. Hey, hun. Let me see. You say I get 147 from my health insurance to help with certain stuff. Ooh, Britt Brat, that's good. Every month, $147 every month. That's a well. Can you buy food, or it's just like personal care? If you don't want to share, then that's fine. But that's a nice little change. 147 every month.
Like medical supplies and Tylenol and you know.
Yeah. You say yes every month. Oh, okay, that's good. You say you're right. People don't talk about having doing basic everyday ish. Yeah. You say this was all the info I tried to have initially. Wait, this was all the info I tried to have initially from the start when she returned from trip with Marcus, and I never spoke with her again.
What info manifests, and good morning. Which info that you tried to have initially?
Probably maybe the whole she could get the OTC and all the resources that's out there.
Okay. She didn't
Britt
want
Brad
that.
say, Britt Brad say, yeah, the 147 is for food and personal care or help with my utilities. Ooh, that's awesome.
Oh wow.
Hmm. Awesome. You say Medicare gives a food stick them OTC, and if you go to the doctor, they give you some cash. Wow, Reese, I didn't know all that. You say your dad get 155 a month, Copper. Okay. Well, maybe because they actually worked. You think?
Could be
Hey,
like their
Diane.
insurance.
Mm-hmm. She just need to do better. Like I've been saying, guys, I don't want her kids to be in the system. I just know they need to be with somebody else besides her. That's it.
And
A responsible family member.
let me explain something else. I know everyone says, "Oh, if they go in the system, they're going to be worse off." That's yeah, possibly. But don't try to make it seem like that every place they go and every place that a child is placed that it's like that. I have a friend who's a foster mother and she takes very good care of her teens. She makes sure that they because she's always been into this anyway. They have the latest clothes. She makes sure that they have money in their pocket, all that kind of stuff. And she, she's good with them. Like if when they like falling off, you know what I mean? She'll sit down with them. And the issue I believe with a lot of that is that those children's families neglect them. And then if they get placed somewhere where they could be abused and there's no family coming for it, because I know from a woman who lost her children and her mother had the kids and the son, and it was too much for her mother, and her mother went on and let him go to be placed in a home. But her mother communicated with that foster parent, like they talked several times a week like friends. So even if this person was an abusive person, they could not do that with her grandson, because there were family members very well and very much involved. And like with my friend, she has some families that really she don't communicate with at all, and some where I've gone to her house and I thought she was talking to her friends, and she's talking to some of the kids' family members, the grandmother, the mother, and she's giving them advice and all that kind of stuff where they're in communication with each other. So sometimes, and it's no excuse to abuse a kid at all, but when those people, you know what I mean? Those kids who are being abused, that's most likely is because those children don't have families who are coming forward and seeing about them, where the kids could tell the family member what's going on.
You say, VQ, can y'all get extra income to look into it? Do you understand the question, Golden?
Mm-mm. Oh
VQ,
no, y'all can
VQ.
get extra income to look into it. Are you saying like a nonprofit, or can you elaborate, Redbone?
Well, it wasn't a question, it was a statement. I'm sorry. You said y'all can get extra income to look into it.
But I still would like for her to elaborate, because I don't know what
Yeah. Manifest say
I
vibes Queen and Golden. I tried to tell her about these things and transportation. She didn't want to hear anything. And it's not about working because I checked with Georgia before speaking with her. Also, you and her was on three-way?
remember vibes. Initially, a lot of people tried to pour into her. She was getting a lot of money from people. A lot of people. I remember I would go on her page and people were, trying to provide her with information and tell her about different services out there. I do remember that, because I think one time I might have said something like, shared how you can get a free ramp. Now, how do you get one in Georgia? I don't know, but it's not hard to find out. You're on a computer, you can, or somebody, could have shared that information. She was not interested.
Drea said the sister is insinuating that the aunt is getting things prepared in order to have the girls. Well, that would be awesome.
But what does the aunt need to do to prepare? I don't get it. What is it that she needs to do but just get her kids? What is something going on with her house and she has to get it in order? Is it something dangerous where she has to get the cleanup crew? Like, what is it? Is she
Or
in the
maybe
courts
the
for guardianship, or
or maybe just to have a designated space, have bed and whatever. You never know. You can have an empty room, but you don't have the bed and this and that and whatever. And when they come to do the home check, I don't know. I'm just
true?
thinking.
But also, I know that if they're part of if they're doing a home check, that means that they're part of the system. Because if she's just working on getting the kids, then she don't have to even do. She could get blow up beds, if unless it's part of the system, and the system is requiring some things. And even if the system is requiring some things, they can provide vouchers for her to get it together to help those kids. Just as well as somebody mentioned, Sunny said something about the therapy or whatever. They do provide services and assist you. If you need a bus pass to get to the kids to get to school or to whatever it is, they will help.
Oh gosh. Hey, Melanin.
Hi,
Hey, hon.
Melanin.
Copper down there cracking up talking about, can I get extra money for having one eye and swollen ankles? Copper, behave.
Copper, let me tell you something. No, for real. I don't know about your state, but one time I was in the Inglewood courts and it was and I'm just talking for LA County and in California. I was at Inglewood courts and it was a guy. He had like, you know how they have like little stores in the courts, like for you to buy, do photocopying or, buy chips or whatever, snacks, a snack shop. And he told me that, and he was blind. And he shared with me that they have something where they paid for everything for him to be able to run. It was like he was there because they provide some sort of benefits so he could have that store in there. And I remember another person, they were receiving a lot of services like when you're blind or legally blind or not, you don't have to be fully blind. They do have services.
Dre said the sister was basically saying that her aunt has a full life, a job, a career, all that stuff.
Well, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like, put it like this: if I had it's the aunt, but I'm speaking on if I had grandchildren, a full time job and all that, I wouldn't care. I'd have to do what I needed to do to save my babies.
Yeah, you try to tell her to get things like natural medicine to help with her arm pain, mental depression, and even generate nerve health because her arm didn't have to stay paralyzed. She's not even trying to go to what is it, like occupational therapy where they help you to do stuff. I know it's a therapy for that where they help you to use a limb that because it probably is a possibility it probably can work again. Isn't that
Possibly.
occupational therapy, y'all?
Some sort of therapy, possibly, or it might be too late. I don't know. Redbone shared yesterday how she wasn't walking at all for 7, 8 years, but Redbone was determined.
Shout out to you, Redbone. Uh-huh. I didn't hear that yesterday though, but I know she said that a while back. I remember that she can walk. So when people out here talking about, oh, she in a wheelchair and this and that, they miss that part that she's not in a wheelchair every day, all day. Hmm.
The wheelchair is probably definitely convenient. She might have difficulty walking. I don't know, but yeah, Redbone was couldn't walk for 8 years, 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. That's all they do is come out here and run their mouth, but they don't know the real story. They don't pay attention.
No, they
Doesn't
don't.
hurt to ask.
No, they just run their mouth and they like to lie. They know. I've realized that I was like, these people just lie, and I can see with me. I sometimes think that they're making a mistake, and when I realized, even with that gumbo, when you make a comment and they don't want everybody to see it, and you're trying to correct something, and they want the false narrative, they'll delete your comment. So then I figured that, like, okay, this is what they want. They want the lie to be told. They want people to believe the lie. It's intentional. So they might have heard Redbone say that, but they want to keep that story going. They don't have a life.
Yep,
Since there's
physical and
nothing else, they will just
occupational.
lie. Hmm?
No, yeah, they would say, yeah, physical and occupational therapy. Thanks, guys. Hmm. Hey, Tiffany. You said even sports medicine could probably help. Yeah, because if that was my nieces, I would be locating aftercare with the school and nanny to help. Yeah, it's so many stuff. Like even if she worked, the aunt that's supposed to be getting them. They go to school. They have the little daycare buses that pick them up. Then they leave from there and go to the daycare. You know that?
Yeah, they have services for people who are taking care of other people's kids where they'll help provide the daycare,
Mm-hmm.
pay for the daycare. So, like I said, when you are into your babies, no, that's no excuse.
Okay, Queen Spirit, take care. You too. Have a great afternoon. Yeah, because I know that. Like even at my baby school, they'll have you got to tell them, are you a bus rider, a car rider, or you go into the little daycare thing after school where you get picked up, or however you're gonna be. Are you a walker? Yeah, because some parents don't want to sit in the line and wait, so they walk up to the gate. So you're a walker. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
You say what, Copper? You said I taught myself to walk again after being in a wheelchair, and doctors had no idea why my legs gave out.
oh
Wow.
wow, Copper, you have a story to tell.
Mm-hmm. Girl, when you go live on your channel, I'll be definitely there to hear your story.
That's determination.
Mm-hmm. I'm proud of you, girly. Well, happy for you. You meant still sorry. I know, typo. You said have the nanny at the house. I paid for a nanny at my house for years while I worked. Well, nanny and daycares, they're expensive. So, I ain't trying to be so extreme. Like the daycare thing would have been after school would have been probably better or cheaper. Let me say that. Like, how many people could just afford a nanny? You get what I'm saying, Manifest? So I'm trying to be realistic. You still
Well,
there, Brody?
realistic is daycare after school. They even have some schools like out here where they have free daycare. Like at the school, they go over to the after school program at the school and they might be providing that for free up until 6 o'clock. But like I said, if the children are in the system, they will help that woman um, get the necessary, things for those children for them to be placed. That's just like anybody. If you're taking care of somebody's kids and the parents are not around, you can get a check for them. You could possibly get the daycare vouchers or whatever they have going so that you don't have to stop your life. And you know what I mean? And you can continue to do whatever it is you're doing. So, I don't know, but hey, maybe the aunt is like, I'm not going to take them unless I really have to take them or whatever. I don't know.
He said, when my daughter was acting up, I called ACS on my darn self. I need some services ASAP before I lose it and lose my baby. Yeah.
You
I,
you can do that and they will provide services, right, Copper?
mm-hmm. Hey, Abs. And it was somebody else that came up in here. Brown Beauty World. Hey to everybody coming in. Thank you
Hey,
for being
apps.
here. You see you're on the road, but listening. But oh yes, Copper, that you said you called them on yourself. I need some help. That's what I'm
And
saying.
did
Ain't
they
nothing wrong with
what
crying
type of
out for help.
services
Mm-hmm.
did they provide you, Copper, by just calling on yourself? Because see, that means that you're not putting yourself in the system, but they have to help you. So to avoid any situations, intervention.
You said if you got children on an award of the court, you get all kind of services for free.
True.
Well,
But
you
you know what?
identified it.
Here it is where you're conducting a live right now and you have all kinds of people in your chat providing information. So you mean to tell me all of those supporters over there have not provided her with any kind of information to help her and for her, to help her life, you know, and her for her children and her. It makes no sense. She said that she needs a ramp. Why like they have organizations that build them for free. You mean to tell me it's been a whole year since we've been introduced to you, a little over a year, and nobody has told you this? Nobody, nobody has provided you with any information? Why hasn't she? Like, if somebody told me that, I would be Googling and calling all kind of places until I found out some information.
Mhm.
I got us family counseling and her into free activities and camps. They also gave me Uber money. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yep, they were very nice to us. Hey, Brown Beauty Words say they prioritize mission or social. Well, wait, the prioritize. I can't even talk over the the prioritized mission of social services and children's services are to keep the family together. So they definitely try to help first. You are
Right.
right.
You're right. And whatever it takes and whatever they have to do to make it happen.
Yeah. We all have been saying this. Yeah. Somebody also pointed out earlier, I think that was Reese. Everybody need to jump on it, get what you really need before they start cutting stuff off. That was
Mm-hmm.
a great point. You said, how does everyone feel about that lady who dropped her children off to DCF? People tore her down.
I didn't hear
Well,
about that.
me either. But that's a cry for help.
That's a cry for help. And the reality of it is, at this point, I'd rather see somebody just drop the kids off to get the help than to be trying to hang on to them and keep them in a bad situation. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what did people expect? If she dropped them off, there was a reason for it. So, did they want her to just hang on to them and have them subjected to abuse or whatever, whatever it was, or for her reason? Like, you have to look at it like that. Like, whatever her reason for dropping them off, wouldn't you
That
prefer for her to drop them off for those people, for the children to be placed somewhere, or whatever the reason is, and have them subjected to that reason?
yeah, that's just like taking a newborn to a fire station and throwing it in a dumpster. You need help. Take it to
Exactly.
somebody safe.
Exactly.
No, she doesn't want help. She was given too much money and information. Yeah. Yep. Preventative services. Yeah. You asking for help before something happened. Yeah.
Mhm.
Preventative services. The amount of time CPS don't went to her house, she just not gonna learn. She's not gonna learn until they're actually gone, and that's the sad part. But the
Mhm.
first time should have shook you up so bad where you like, I'm never gonna let this happen again. You know?
No, it didn't shake her up because she thought she got over it. And ha ha, y'all thought y'all was doing something.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't even understand people. Because remember, I even said that when she was talking about the ramp. I said, if you say you have all these friends and homeboys and Pyru and all of this, listen, real friends would have came, got some cement, mix it up with water. It's not that hard with a shovel. And they would have made you a way, literally. Like, it's not hard to build a concrete slab, y'all.
It's
You
not.
could
I
even,
can do it if I wanted to, and it's not hard to build a ramp. And
no.
guess what? With YouTube, they have so many how to do projects where I know a guy who's not even a mechanic, and he has posted on Facebook all these. He said, "Oh, he told me, he said, I'll go on YouTube and watch it, and I'll, you know what I mean, like fix my car, whatever it is that he needs, like something." So you can go on YouTube, and they have those how to project videos.
Hmm. The time she spent looking up people, trying to dox people and all of that, that's what she should be looking up.
Exactly. Or her
Oh, and I
supporters.
don't know if ZX know, but on that live, she deleted, well, she put all of them on private. She was telling anybody to email her or email me his information, like ZX Care. He put out his information from I met him in 2023, right? He been putting out his information. He don't care, and he be like, "Come pull up." I don't
And ain't
think so.
nobody pulled up yet. That's the funny part.
Well, one lady did, but that was before I met them. From
And what
Black
did she
Center, I
do?
think. Knocked on the door some crazy night, but I don't really remember the whole story. But I know a lady pulled up. I think it was like in a rain jacket or something, like like a dress or something. But late night, knocked on the door, but they had ended up making up after that. I remember that story. But none
Basically,
of the
she didn't
dudes ever
bust a
pulled
grape.
up. Yeah, I even remember him putting up his whole license on his community tab before, showing address and everything. Like, come on, come to my house. He be begging y'all to show up.
Because guess what? When you show up, you really have a right to blow that person's head off knocking on
Yeah,
your door.
yeah.
Oh, they tried to come in my house and I had to blow their head off. They was entering my house without my permission.
Yeah. Let's see what they're saying. Hmm. He said there's a difference in this chat than hers. This chat is kind, loving, unselfish, not manipulating. Oh no. Yeah, we respect each other opinions, even if we don't agree. We're having a conversation, right? But thank you, Clarissa. You said good idea for someone outside the home because person mistreat those in the home. You said she had no help and was working and going to school and at her well, at her wits end. Copper said because she's looking at it like CPS is her enemy instead of thinking they can be her best connect.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You
And
said the good
nobody has
lady.
shared that information. So look, if she's sitting in the bushes, then she'll understand.
You don't need no how many thousand she said. Was it $10,000, 20,000, whatever for a ramp? You don't need that kind of money. Go to Home Depot or Lowe's, get you some bags of cement. All you need is a shovel and the cement. You got
And
water at
she's
your house, right?
lying because that's damn near half the amount that you can to build a whole house. Like people are crazy. What kind of ramp is this? Is it made out of gold, platinum, with diamonds trimmed?
Yeah,
And all it takes is to go to Home Depot and get you some slabs of wood and whatever and do it. It's a darn lie.
yep,
A roof costs more than a ramp, but see, she think everybody's crazy. And a roof ain't for it. I mean, it depends on the size of the. Well, the last time I paid for a roof on a large house, that was about 20 years ago, and that was $20,000. So, but it was But my thing is that and I think not for a ramp.
so wait, Reese said she said the other day that we always saying something to her, but why we didn't buy her a ramp? What the F?
Why didn't her moms buy her a ramp? Why didn't her man buy her a ramp? Why didn't she buy her a ramp? All the damn panhandling it ain't our responsibility. Why didn't her mama buy her a ramp?
Well, if she
All that
was
money she
kind,
collected, all of that money she collected in cash apps, especially in the very beginning, she could have got her a ramp. Just like how they said that bathroom is not a working bathroom. She could have had that fixed with the money she was getting if that's what she really wanted. That's not important to her to have a shower and all that kind of stuff.
hey Raquel, listen, because she came on the scene asking for all the wrong things. The first thing should have been get the wheelchair that she got now and the ramp. That should have been top priority. You said the Mexicans that she don't like, right? Would have got it done in 6 hours.
And guess what? And the Mexican she don't like could have been one of the wives to help her with her babies. I had some Mexicans one time that was helping me with mine. They would come and help me with the birthday parties, all kinds of stuff. Come the day before so we can do the cooking, all of that. Pick the kid up from the daycare if the daycare called and I was at work.
Yep, because she was that her yesterday? Oh, you know how much money, or that was her boyfriend. Oh, you know how much money she got in Cash App last year or whatever? Exactly.
How much?
She didn't say the exact amount, but it was like bragging, like, "Oh, if you see my Cash App, what I got in Cash App last year,
Well,
y'all
that could
be
have been the
sick."
money to get her ramp and her shit fixed. How come her man? What does he know how to do anyway? How come her man can't say, "Well, I'm gonna come down there on the weekend. I'm gonna see you for a few days, and I'm gonna get me and my boys or get some guys from Home Depot to help me, and we're gonna put this ramp down, baby."
Flowers say in the state of Georgia, there are organizations that will build you a ramp for free if you own your own home or for a donation.
Hello. Like I said, I had a tenant who moved into my downstairs unit, and her daughter was in a wheelchair, and she told me, "Okay, my daughter's in a wheelchair, but you don't have to worry about having anybody come out and pay for anything because it's an organization, and they're gonna build the ramp." And when I went back to the property, that ramp was built out of
Listen,
wood.
if Sunbum came on the scene and she was kind, respectful, everybody see her vulnerable state that she's in, she's appreciative and just humble, her life would have been totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Somebody also say right here, who is it? I just saw it. About one of her 40K subscribers. Where is that? You said one of her four. I know I just seen the comment. One of her 40K subscribers got to be a carp. Oh, right here.
Oh,
One of
excuse me.
those 40K subscribers, somebody has to be a carpenter and a mason. You ain't
Yes,
never lied.
for real. And guess what? All she says she's so damn fine. All she got to do is go up in the Home Depot. Every time I went to the Home Depot, I meet somebody, and I've had several of them help do work for free with no strings attached. Became their friends, and they like, "I'm gonna go ahead and all you need to do is do this and do that. I'm gonna go ahead, just buy the parts, and I'll help you. You fine. So
Goals
what's
in
the
my cupid
deal?"
voice. Thanks, Gemini.
See,
Hey,
when a bitch get oh,
Sulako.
when a you know what get to always talking like that, you better make cause see, you don't know me. I will make sure, like how you so fine. How come you ain't got nobody out of all the men up on there and all these men who like you? Why can't one come down there and take care of business? I know one damn thing with my bubble eyes, BB eyes, honey. When I had my properties, I had men fixing my stuff who liked me. And one of those men, we got together.
Thanks,
He would
Gemini. I
always come
appreciate
over
that.
and I wouldn't have to pay for no plumber. I call him and tell him, my sink, don't worry about it. I'll do it. Oh, you know what? I got to prepare because this tenant is moving out and I want to paint the place. Okay, just get the paint. And I ain't fine. Remember, Sonny? So you a fine one. Have your daddy roll your ass on down there to Home Depot.
She using her looks for all the wrong reasons. Hey, Lee Pepper.
Yeah, for the freak show. The worm with no legs that worm all on the bed and cuss everybody out. Put on a performance.
You guys got to realize that she wants better for herself, and it's obvious she does it.
Hmm, exactly.
Thanks, hun. Hey, shout out to y'all. I made her go. Support the castle. I appreciate y'all guys.
Congratulations, vibes.
Thank you.
I'll hit you up when I get off.
I don't never ask for nothing. I'm like, support the castle. Any color. It don't matter if it's $1. I appreciate it. And even if you can't, I appreciate you just for being here. Hitting the like button. It all helps, okay? So don't feel pressured or bad. You being here, I'm happy, okay? You say, I got two exes who's on the team to build my house. That's the ultimate discount I learned from my mom.
Exactly, Copper. For real. And you don't have to even give them no, you know what? When they like you, they'll do stuff like that for you. I know from my own experience.
Manifesting her behavior ruins everything, and she always burns it because everyone she come into in contact with. Yeah, her behavior ruins everything and she always burns it with everyone she come in contact with. I can read, y'all. Forgive me how I be sounding. I can read though, okay? Y'all know that. And I can spell.
And that bathroom should have been together longer. What was wrong with the bathroom why they couldn't use it? Like you couldn't get a plumber. You getting all those cash apps. You getting a check. That should have been like, okay, next month when I get my check, I'm just gonna go ahead and get a quote. But my thing is, you got all these men. You so fine and sexy, girl. Please, you should know a few men that know how to fix on some stuff. You know, I didn't have men that have fixed my cars, all kinds of stuff.
Hmm.
And I didn't have to pay a dime. Or if I had to pay anything, it was just they just told me just get the parts. So what's your
Yeah.
problem? And you fine. I'm the big beady, bubble-eyed, ugly woman. And
Lee
I ain't
Pepper.
got to stuck no DICK to get it.
Yep, you're not lying. She ran off all the real supporters.
For
Listen,
real.
that let's just name a few of the stuff like the people she had around her. She had graphic designer, the same lady that did my avatar and all of that was in support of her to hook her channel up. Remember that Gigi?
Yeah.
She had graphic design. She had people that do music, several people that do music that was supporting her, right? You could have had intros. The point is, your stuff could have been hooked up, looking professional. Even Octavius did what? Sat there and did a thorough disclaimer in the not disclaimer, description. You know, if
Yeah.
you was a good person. Hmm. I saw that description. So the point is, y'all, she had a lot of support. She just ran people away.
And she really had more people than that, but she didn't know what they could do, their talents, their careers and professions, but she ran them off.
Oh yeah, that was just naming surface level.
Right.
Then she
No, no,
had
no. I know what you mean, but I'm just adding that on to what you're saying.
then you have Marcus to help you on the analytics side of YouTube. Then you had us that could tell you about community tab, promotion, and down in the trenches stuff. You had
Resources.
supports right from the top and the bottom and the middle.
Mhm.
I wish that support that she get or got, I wish I was able to do all that, especially when I was new. Because it
Mhm.
take your channel to another level. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about no monetary, just people that know how to do stuff and get stuff done.
To make it happen to where you can make good money without, without anybody sending
Hmm.
it to you.
Yep, a view and a like will do. Your support is appreciated. I agree. He said she's the Zeus Network biggest fan. Y'all see it's Sundays. She's glued to the TV. Monday morning she's in a bra with a colored wig, a stinking baddie in the basement.
A clown show, a freak show. There used to be people who would go and pay for that kind of stuff. It's another level now. It's on the internet now. Hey, Raquel. And guess what? She does it on purpose. You got to get naked to get what you want. You can't just have you use your mind and your mouth. You got to get naked, and then that makes them get your views. Or when people click on it and they're going to sit and stay and watch it because they want to see what is this clown doing, or ooh, then you got the pervs.
Raquel said, I don't know about this ram thing. It seems like a distraction. She ain't been worried about it, but after the cuss out fiasco, all her attention is being diverted to a ram.
I know why, because that's her excuse. Why that's the justification. If I had a ramp, I could be able to get out and do stuff with my kids. You get out when you want to on the first of the month and have your daddy take you to the bank.
Mm-hmm. You said Bendova says she was never a SCX worker, but I heard her say when she stripped, she would sell herself for 500 to 1K in a night. Oh, wow.
I didn't hear her say that, but I know she sold her body for a pack of diapers.
I think I
That's
remember
the,
that story.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying it like that was something to really be proud of. Like, girl, please, you could have just went on and sold yourself for some money and bought the pack of diapers after you made the money.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that Vanessa, that dude that used to do skits with her and all of that. She could have been on TikTok doing skits with that dude and blew up. You hear me?
She messed that up too.
Mm-hmm.
But that dude was smart. He got away from her forever. He didn't allow her to keep coming back and calling like Marcus.
You say she blogged as a loving mom and showed her doing mom duties at home on day trips. Her channel will blow up. Right.
Yes.
Oh, look, Miss Open said, let's not forget Chloe in the real world house.
Another situation. She sabotages herself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about that the Caucasian girl who was in the wheelchair, Maggie? What happened to your friend that
Mm-mm-mm.
you met through that wheelchair TV show or whatever? What happened to the friend? That woman don't even want to be bothered with her anymore, I'm sure.
Caution says she have a lot of resources she could use, but she's too lazy to apply herself. Like the medicated food stamps she just now getting again. Her kids haven't seen a doctor in a while for a well check. I know.
Hmm. But she's so
That's what I
busy talking
was.
about people's teeth. When was the last time your kids went to the dentist? Or have they ever gone to the dentist?
Mm-mm-mm. And then when she got it back, the first thing she said, "Ooh, now okay, keyword I. Now I could go to my appointment. I don't have to ask my dad anymore. You know, she could get the van." She didn't say, "Oh, and my kids could go to their dentist, their appointments." Period. She didn't say
Mhm.
we could start getting our appointments done without bothering my dad. It was I. Okay.
Selfish. She's in there herself.
He said, "Do you know how bad I wanted to send her girl some things? But that rant she did about how they don't deserve ish and blah, blah, blah just turned me sour." Yeah. So all this stuff that people buying and sending, if a supporter did send that stuff yesterday, the playthings, the toys, she don't appreciate nothing. Cause then when she get mad what she did, nobody asked you. Remember that was just a week ago, remember? Kiki, nobody asked you to send me nothing. Throw the stuff, throw
Hmm.
bleach on them, and all kind of mess.
Burn the teddy bear. But guess what she
Mm,
didn't do? The woman who sent her that teddy bear, the first one, that she had her arsonist daddy burn. The woman also sent her a microwave. That you know what she needed that microwave. She sure wasn't no dang fool to go throw that out on the ground and break it up. Why didn't she? If you felt that way about the woman to have your arsonist daddy burn a teddy bear, you should have threw that damn microwave out on the sidewalk.
yeah, but she was busy over there talking about right caution. Busy over there talking about Chase daughter T yesterday. Oh, you need to get a
Hmm.
dentist. And she's a colorist. Because I heard how she talked about that little girl too. Oh, you so black and ugly and this. We're all black.
Hmm. But
We're
that's
all
what I'm
black.
saying. Like everybody around her is like that. Like she's the only one that's like from what I've seen out of her mama and siblings.
Hmm.
It's always
Oh,
that one that, whether you find out they might be the best looking thing in the family. And that's why they, thinking that they so hot to try.
and that's where she lose the whole point of everything. You come out here, you dragging everybody kids. Nobody's dragging your kids. People are talking about you.
and what you're doing to your kids and how the upkeep of your kids. But they try to mix it around like that gumbo nigga. Oh, you talking about them kids. Ain't nobody talking about the kids. If I was a children's services worker and I came in there and had to write a report and submit it to the courts, I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about the upkeep of the kids. I'm talking about the parent and their neglect and what the kids look like due to their neglect. Kids can't help it. And I'm not going to even keep on explaining that, because if you that dumb or you just trying to manipulate, and then on top of it, whoever you think your audience is, you must think they dumb to even go for the okey dokes, and maybe they are. And that dumb, you know what? Please. But you talking about lying, talking about folks talking about her kids when they talking about the neglect or things that she needs to do to improve her kids. But meanwhile, you out here talking about doing some stuff to kids,
Like I
committing
said, and I
crimes
still,
against kids.
like I said, I still supported her even after she talked all that ish to me when I got on her panel and dropped me that time before I went to Georgia. Girl, you more forgiving than me, Platt. And you
Hmm.
still waiting to go see her.
The only person. That's why I'm trying. Now. Wait. I'm gonna talk about her mods until they go down there and see her. Y'all act like you care about it. And one of those mods, I believe, live in Georgia. Ain't giving a damn about that girl.
Right? Let me hurry and get caught up with y'all. You said where are your Pyru homies to buy diapers without having to sleep with them? In my organization, we do for our people. Right.
Exactly. Where are the first of all, if she was really a Pyru, they would be looking out after the homegirl after that accident. They would assure that she would be at the barbecues, at the funerals, at the hangouts, at the parties. For her birthday, they would have been scooping her up. She's a wannabe. Because she thinks she can come on this line and think that everybody is just, a little slow or not knowledgeable on the streets and talk that tough talk. Well, I'm not that gangster, but I know too much about it. You can't play that with me. You play that with those other people. Oh, she a gangster. One indicator she is not a gangster. Ain't nobody even came to see about it. They do not neglect it. See, people think gangs ain't just fighting and killing and committing crimes. They do more than that. And one thing they will do is look out after their people who are in wheelchairs, who need help. They would be over there braiding her hair, her sour hair. I know it's sour and stanky, because when was the last time she washed it and putting all them sweaty wigs on her head? They would be making sure them girls are straight. They would be picking up those little girls, because they going to have little girls too. We going to take them to the park, home girl. You sitting over here trying to clown a stranger because they didn't come see you while they was in Georgia, because you desperate for company, because you ain't got no friends. You ain't in no gang, so you don't have the homies. Then you want to turn the story like the woman was out there trying to see Marcus, when I know she was out there and she was visiting her supporters and everything else out in Georgia. But even if she did, so what? But that's not the truth.
Y'all asking Platinum to make a song? Platinum saying that rumor about me going there to fight her was a lie. I would not fight no handicapped woman like that. Girl, you ain't crazy.
Nobody will. And she knows that. Like, she gonna find somebody who's really mentally nuts and don't give a damn. But who's like in their right mind? Then she try to make it sound like they the punk because I was in Brooklyn. She didn't show up. Like, so you got to be really crazy or a whole full ass punk. And then that's what she's used to. So maybe it makes sense to her. Yes, it's like going down there trying to beat up a baby or a little kid. What the fuck somebody, ooh, I'm sorry, vibes. What does somebody look like coming to fight you and you ain't gonna win the fight? You got two busted eyes from your sister. What you gonna do? with one arm, no legs. What you gonna do? Stand up and fight? What you
That
gonna do?
is
Swirl
crazy.
your wheelchair around? Like, come on, make it make sense and stop the foolishness and sounding stupid.
Kenyatta said she's so lame. How she gonna say she had to make a decision whether to spoil her kids or get food, but then say yes, I always break Ken off. Like, be please.
Yeah, hello.
The amount of
And
time
why?
she kept throwing that up yesterday, I keep sending him money. Well, stop.
And guess what? Those photos that Ken posts and the photos I've seen, while she busy sending him money, his daughter looks clean and kept up.
His stepdaughter.
His stepdaughter. Yeah, they be out showing photos where they out on family outings. You know what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
dressed alike or with the same colors and everything, while you and yours is sitting up in the basement and you cash apping him. Girl,
Because her
look,
mama
that
worked,
girl's
and you
hair
could
be
tell her
together and braided up or whatever, you know.
you could tell her mama, yeah, they be matching and everything. Look
Yeah,
like a family.
yeah, like a family. And while he
Mm-hmm.
watching, you know what I'm saying, his quote unquote other stepkids, you know what I'm saying, ain't doing nothing. And he got the
Right.
money.
Mm-mm-mm.
Make it make sense.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of those his pictures and family pictures. And for the holidays or for Easter, that little girl be dressed and together.
But then you know what? Let's address the threat parts. Because she thinks she's slick with that. When everybody always say, VQ, why you don't like her? Or why you just never forgive her, right? Even when she say, oh, I'm sorry for the how many times. Why would I
How,
like somebody that wished death on me multiple times over from the beginning and even yesterday?
yeah.
You're not sorry.
I mean, I don't even know why people question that because as you can see, she can't get along with anyone. As you can see, she'll apologize and go back and do the same thing. It's like an abusive man. Oh, baby, I love you. I'm sorry. And then tomorrow he's slapping you again. And that's
Mm-hmm.
her. Why would
Yeah.
somebody continue to be abused and dragged like that?
Their
Please.
whole crew came out here yesterday making threats towards you too.
What the crew say?
Oh, you missed it?
Yeah.
No, no. Remember, I had made a community post. I think you had commented. Yeah, you was being threatened yesterday too.
Oh, yeah. I heard the threat. I heard the threat. See, let me tell you something. They act like they care so much about their kids and their life, but just that alone is a terroristic threat. Okay. So, guess what? That terroristic threat will cause you to get a warrant and will cause you to go to jail and will cause your child, your motherless child, to be in the system.
Golden,
See,
I just dropped one little piece yesterday to let somebody know that not because we might not know your address, that don't really mean anything. You know?
see, they think they can get away with it because he thinks, oh, they don't know where I live. Partner, there's so many database out there. Don't think that you can do what the heck you want to do and nobody knows where you are. There's so many database and all these agencies that are connected that share information. Just like the fact that your child is enrolled in a school, you used an address to enroll that child in that school. And that's just like if somebody called on you, they could find, if all they have to do is know the child's name. And with the database and with them working with the school districts, they can find out who you are, where you are. Now, maybe when you was in that motel, dragging your child from motel to motel and house to house or whatever you was doing, different. It's hard to keep up. So, he thinking he's smart. And that's what I laugh at these people. And then they underestimate you and they think that you scared. He's doing it. Oh, yeah, I'm a scarer. Nigga, you ain't scaring shit. You don't know me. I've been known for knocking a nigga out on the ground. One hit. picking a nigga up and slamming his ass down on the motherfucking ground like I'm a wrestler. And the witnesses wondering, how the hell did that girl do that? And I can't even tell you how I did it. But when I get mad, and that I learned that when they say people can have strength that they didn't have, like once they get upset and stuff, that happens to me sometime. And I do something that nobody could even imagine it, and I couldn't even imagine. I remember one time when a nigga hit me in the back of my head at a party, thinking I'm a little punk. And I picked that nigga up and I told my friend, and because another woman ran up, was like, how did that girl lift that nigga up and throw him down? And I told my friend, I said, he felt like a baby.
Well,
That's how much strength, huh?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No, Drea say it really pisses me off when they go at Golden. Well, guess what? People are about to find out. I'll say less. But you don't
Yeah.
threaten Gold. You don't know who Golden is, who Golden know, nothing. And then you sitting on YouTube like threatening her
What kind
last
of
night.
work I
See,
do?
see what's gonna happen
Nothing.
now. Huh?
Am
See what's
I
gonna
the
happen
am
now.
I the popo, the FBI, the investigators? You don't know me, bro.
I got it recorded. I was just laughing like, what? That's what you needed was that clip. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, you let them keep doing it because this is not the first time. It's not the first time. So all you doing is building the case. You keep running your fucking mouth, you little punk, little funny looking nigga.
Oh, so you know what, Golden? I don't
Mm.
even mean to cut you off, but do you want to share with them what was happening since you're more privy to what happened last night? I was live when you was live too with Sheena, right? But do you want to tell this crowd so they could go support what she have going on with
Yes,
the number and stuff?
yes. For those in the chat, we're very familiar with those folks around the corner. And the gumbo guy who constantly speaks on children in a sexual manner. So it has been confirmed and verified that it is a crime what he is doing, and it's considered child exploitation. Even if he's not actually doing it, the fact that he's speaking on that and doing all this stuff online, it is a crime. And I did speak with someone in regards to that, and they informed me that um, as many people as possible to make a report and give as much information as you can. Social media accounts, names, addresses, whatever you can give, um, and they will look into it. Um, I wish I had the number on me right now. I'm sorry, I didn't. I forgot to, but we will definitely get it. And we're hoping that since a lot of people are not liking this situation, the more the better, who are willing to either call in or go online and make a report
Yeah.
and provide the information.
And don't just sit back and sit there and say, oh, it's not my child, so I don't care. You know the stuff that's going on is wrong.
Right.
It's
It's
been
wrong.
going
And
on for years.
right. And the fact that he's even that creative in his mind to put something like that together, that's a red flag because that's not normal. How many people do you know that's cussing somebody out and then saying things like, "Yeah, I'll shove a dildo in your little boy's butt. I'll do this to your and that your little girl was over there sucking your little boy." That's not something normal, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
problem. And to be specifically speaking on certain children and people's children and what you do will have done to a toddler or to a young kid about 10, 11, 12 years old, and or what, is disgusting. And the fact that it's been going on so long and we didn't even know who this dude was, and it's been going on this long, it's overdue. And apparently he thinks he's invincible because nobody has done anything about it. People have, and it's probably because they didn't know what to do, or that other one, Trish or whatever her project was, apparently it wasn't working. Okay. But these people
Because
would, huh?
the people that were actually victims started the process but never went through with it. Like did
Well,
the
they don't
whole
even have
police
to,
report and all of that and then just never followed through.
they don't even have to do that. All they got to do is make this report to these people and they will do the investigation. And like I said, he can delete every video he's ever created with all of that on it. And on Sunny's page too. Thanks to technology and everything going on, it can be recovered.
Yeah.
And he thinks
YouTube
it's
gets
funny. And
subpoenaed, they're gonna give up the videos anyway.
yeah.
And I have the links to all the videos.
Mm-hmm. And
They're
the
not
fact that
deleted,
those
they're
people
private.
sit in his chat, there's no way I would want to be connected. Look how our girl MGO is separating herself from it. There's no way I would want to be connected with somebody and they're talking like this. It's like, something wrong with. But then you sitting over here acting like it's an issue about somebody with an arrest record who is not on the registry. And but you're making a big deal about this. Why are you sitting here and actually supporting somebody who's you hearing say this kind of mess?
Mhm. For a minute and think that me, Golden, Gemini, all our classy women that are castle residents, castle cousins, do y'all think that we would just have a PEDO flaunting on the panel in the castle in y'all face?
And
And
we
we're
knew
mothers
about
and
it.
children. I mean, yeah, we're mothers and yeah, you get it. We
And
would
to be
never
honest
allow
with you,
such things. So obviously we did our own investigation and the guy is not on the list to be a whatever.
and the reality is anybody can be arrested. I can go right now and say this person did this to my kid, or if the kid is lying or telling whatever, lying, telling the truth or whatever, and they will arrest that person. And then they just have to prove themselves in court.
Yeah, because I don't look people up, but I personally took the time and I'm not a pro, like I said. So I had people that know what they're doing to help me, okay? And they did thoroughly. They're not on
Yes.
that list. So we can't say in the castle we protect children, but we have somebody on the panel like taunting y'all, like mocking, you know what I'm saying, in y'all face. No, we would
Mhm.
never do that. You said nobody took it serious. No, I just had to put it out there. We would never do that. Of course, if we fact check it and we can't prove nothing, it's not there on that list about an offender. Like, we just got to move on.
Right. Why are we talking about it anymore? Because the thing is that I won't lie. When they posted it, I was like, woo. But see, it was like, okay, well, I need to find out the outcome of it. See, they play games with their viewers because they apparently their viewers are stupid. They're not as intelligent as us. You know, if you're showing me an arrest record, can you give me the information on the outcome? Arrest, what happens after arrest? Either they let it go, it's a DA reject, you go out, get out of jail, or you're charged and you fight the case. I need to know the outcome.
Yeah.
And we never got an outcome. It's like you were able to get that arrest record, you were able to get the outcome too. So you're trying to intentionally fool people into believing it, and then you're hollering and screaming on your panel every day. It's a pedophile over there, it's a pedophile. And really, that man really needs to do something about that. But like I said, I was like, you know what? I'm curious. And I start typing it, searching. And I said, wait a minute, this dude ain't even on the registry.
Need
So
you the most say
apparently,
they're,
huh?
I'm sorry, need you the most say I came in late. I'm a new subscriber. Thank you so much for being here and welcome to the castle. Need you the most. You said, I know the young lady you're mentioning, she is crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks everybody in the chat for welcoming Need You the Most. What did
Welcome to
Gemini
the
say?
castle.
Gemini said Trish isn't as important as she pretends. You can't take her seriously.
No, because if she'd been working on a project for that many years and all you had to do was reach out to the child exploitation hotline, then yeah, what is she doing? Because they will definitely handle it. She don't even have the power, apparently, or she doesn't know anybody in that organization to help her. So, like I
Meaning,
said, Hmm.
Yeah. You mean to tell me Ab's up in here for the longest? He said, "Oh, I'm busy, but I'm listening." Yes, it's golden the whole time.
Hey, Abs.
I don't think he
So,
knew your voice, so he didn't realize it was you.
so we will be providing that information, and hopefully, as many people as possible, you know, um, will report it. I mean, it only takes one report, but I'm a believer in if you have a lot of people reporting, they know, wow, this is serious. Yeah, I've got received this call, this, email or whatever. We need to look into this. This man needs to stop. He thinks he's invincible. He think he can get away with it. And like I had a guy last night, and I told him about this situation. How would they handle it on the streets? And he said that he would have been taken out by now. They people don't play like that. They hear some grown-ups here. That nigga over there, he over there be talking about ramming little kids in the butt. They would have been and whooped his, you know what, or taken him out. People don't play like that, but on the internet. But the ones who keep supporting you, you so funny, kid. You crazy. Oh my God. And doing the little emojis with their hand over their face. No. So
Need
basically, he really thinking it's okay. Because trust me, if people would be telling him, no, this ain't cool, like they doing the other one over there, he would stop.
need you to
Nobody
most say
supporting it.
how. They say, "How does this work? Her mother is her caregiver, correct? Since she's in a wheelchair." No, she need a caregiver. Need you the most. She don't have a caregiver. She be trying to do it on her own.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if every state has it, but I know Georgia has it. It's called in-home support services, or that's what they call it out here. And basically, you qualify with different ways. With her, she qualifies low income and everything, and they come to the house and they assess everything to see what you need. Well, her, we're not having legs, she could get the full benefits, the maximum amount of hours. And either you can choose somebody to work for you, and then they also have like a database of people who are on the database who are looking for work. I really believe that she has IHSS and the daddy is getting the check. Now, I
Oh,
could
so
be
you
wrong, but I believe that's what's going on. Or somebody's getting the check. It could be a friend getting it and acting like they're her caregiver, and they might be splitting the check or whatever it is. But I believe she's receiving it, and she's supposed to be getting the services because she qualifies and she has a case, but she's not receiving them because it's kind of like fraud what they're doing, fraudulent.
yeah.
Like, come on, like
Somebody
y'all, don't you guys don't find that weird that she's not getting nothing? Oh, I don't get that. I can't get this. I don't have that. I don't have no food stamp. I don't, nothing. No, I don't have IHSS. Come on. Mm-mm.
instead of her sister out there making chump change like she say and can't afford noodles and she be dragging her sister about it. How about you let your sister be your caregiver? Get that money and you have on-demand help. But you silly.
No, how about you give cash app your sister that $40 and $50 so the girl can eat? Because it's your sister.
No, I'm just saying, like the check wise, like you don't have to
Right.
sit there if you saying, "Oh, I wouldn't want a random person to come helping me with a bath or whatever." I would more say, "Hey, let my sister get the check and my sister help me. I'll feel more comfortable than a random stranger, you know."
I believe they have a case already open. I believe somebody is getting the check. I believe it's the daddy where that's why he gets to check her check. And that's why and in exchange, he's doing everything for her, for the girls, taking them to school, feeding them,
It,
whatever.
it's gonna feel weird anyway because you know it's another human, another person. But you get what I'm saying. It'll be better if it's a family member than a random stranger that's
De-
just a check.
I
You know,
definitely, I definitely understand what you mean.
they're just doing it for a check. Your sister doing it because she love and care for you. That's what I mean. It won't be judging you.
It won't even matter because the way she talks to her sister would quit too at the end of the day.
Yeah. or at least say, hey sis, like I'm gonna give you X amount of money. Can you make sure when they come home they have something to eat? Make sure they take their bath. The daddy shouldn't be grandfather shouldn't be doing no baths and none of that.
especially
The
with some little
auntie,
girls. And let me keep it real. A non-blood related granddaddy. Come on. And even with girls, like that ain't even something he should be doing. Wiping in between the girls' legs, washing them up, looking at their bodies. Come on.
I know the sister need to live her life too. I'm just saying, like, even if she work, when she get off work, that's like a little part-time thing. You still getting, some money. I don't
Yes,
know, because my sister would just say, girl, I don't need no money. These my nieces. I'm gonna make sure my niece is good. Okay.
right,
So,
exactly. But guess
but I'm
what? Those girls, if
mm,
they have to take baths upstairs, why can't that man pick her up and lift her up those stairs just for her to sit in the room and watch those girls and direct them? Why is he in that bathroom with them? Didn't the sister mention that the 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 daddy slash uncle in law uh gives those girl baths, or did I hear that wrong? Because I don't really watch the girl, but I think I heard somebody say that Kari mentioned that the daddy gives the girls baths. Am I correct or incorrect on that?
I heard
Because see,
that
I'm not
too.
like them to just go spread a lie in a story so people can, to make people look bad. So,
I heard it too, but I say allegedly, because if I go to look for a receipt now, I don't even know if I have a receipt of that. So I'll just say, I know I heard that though.
but why would he should feel uncomfortable doing it? He should feel more comfortable lifting Sunny up those flight of steps and sitting her in the chairs up there with them and directing those girls on what to do or using her one hand to help. Why is he so damn comfortable wanting to be in that bathroom with them girls and giving them baths? Like they
You,
don't know, certain stuff you just don't do. And he ain't even a blood girl.
you said 5 and 6, they're old enough to bathe themselves. Well,
Yes.
she need to figure out some way how to at least get up the stairs and sit there. If it's even on a little in her chair. Well, the chair probably downstairs, but you get what I'm saying.
She
Crawl on your
can. If you're a man, how come you can't lift her up those steps to take care of her girls just for that time and then take her back down? What's so hard about that? Why would you want to be watching a little girl?
right.
You rather watch the little girl between the legs and feel comfortable doing that than just picking up that stanky girl and walking her up 10, 12 steps? No excuse. And I wouldn't even want him doing it. I would take my
Oh,
check and make sure somebody helped me, a female.
oh, I see what's going on. I don't know. Oh, there it is. I thought her name was up here because I was wondering why so many people didn't know it was you. Yes, Golden. Yeah, that is that's I was thinking about that too, forgiving. Hey, forgiving that he's almost 70. Yes, I was wondering like if she can find a way how to crawl up the stairs. Like I've seen other people that's amputee doing that.
Wait a minute, hold up. No, don't give the excuse he's almost 70 because when he lift her up in that car and lift her up out of the house because she doesn't have a ramp, you know, I know a man that's older than that could pick up something. He's almost 70, but he's taking care of his wife up there. What, he ain't giving her a bath or helping her?
She said they have a bathroom down there too. I thought it wasn't working though.
It wasn't
And
working. It might be now, but it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just one of them kind of mothers. I don't get down like that. Ain't no adopted daddy slash uncle in law gonna be touching my little girl. Period.
mm-mm, probably washing them. So
I mean, they
that's the
could at this
sad
point
part.
be washing themselves. You direct your little girl. Okay, now wash it between your legs. Now do your neck. They big enough now. They able to walk right on walls and go to school. Shit.
Let me tell you something. You gonna make a way. If you have to, you gonna make a way. Because I'm just even being realistic, just thinking random right now. Even if you have a tablet and you sit there, you say, baby, I'm gonna call you on video, whatever. You're gonna prop this tablet up right here and I'm gonna watch, you know what I'm saying? On
Yes,
video chat. All right now,
exactly.
mama, take that rag, get the right arm, you downstairs, but you're still seeing what's going on. I don't really trust the video, but I'm just like thinking
No,
above and
like you said, when
beyond
there's a
now.
will, there's a way. You're gonna try something to do something. And like you said, we said, she has a sister down there. She needs to treat her sister right. Okay, Kari, could you give him a bath and I give you $25 and some noodles?
Yeah, like come on now, like y'all are sisters. It's always a reset button. Sis, I'm sorry. Let's start over. You help me with these girls after work or whatever. I give you some money. Now I have food stamp. I will make sure you always have something to eat. You know, you take this food stamp, you make sure you cook for you and the girls, or even if it's pizza or TV dinners or whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And the thing is that you're gonna do it on the strength of your kids and be humble and go on to do it. You're doing it with these strangers online. You're cussing them out today, and then and next week y'all back friends. So why can't you do it with your sister to help with your babies? That's going to benefit your babies. That's going to protect your babies.
Mhm. That's why I know they cut from a different cloth. But listen, you get your little food stamp, you be done place your little Walmart order, have it delivered or whatever. You don't even have to leave your house.
No.
Have it delivered, and the sister could like even monitor, try, teach them. So she don't have to keep doing it all the time. Or you have a pot pie, you take it out of this, pop it in the microwave. They'll eventually know how to do it on their own.
Mm-hmm. And with her
Hmm.
having a sister there, they should be doing stuff on the weekend. My sister and I and the kids, we going to this place. My sister, you know what I mean? I'm paying for all of us to go here. Like, girl, please. Real mothers, when they look getting their check, they be looking forward to what they gonna do with the kids.
I will have it so planned out. I'm like, okay, I have a beauty shop or a friend or anybody that know how to do hair. I
Mm-hmm.
just know I'm gonna order me an Uber, and the Uber gonna come get me and my girls. We're gonna go. They're gonna wash their hair, wash mine too. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
three
Have a
of us.
girls' day out. Yeah.
Yeah, and you just
After
have it
that, we're
where
gonna
every
go get
two
something to
weeks.
eat. Y'all want to, take my girls to a nice little restaurant. It's a Saturday, a nice, nice day today. After we get our, get ourselves fixed up,
Because
go
I'm
eat,
just
and
being
then go
completely
home.
honest. If their hair is properly braided, it don't need to be taken out. You know that's the whole point of the protective style. It don't need to be
Mm-hmm.
taken out all the time. So even if you only do it one time at the month, every time you get paid, you just know like Friday, yesterday was payday. Today I'm taking them so they hair be top notch by the time school start Monday.
Well, that's what she
That's it.
does anyway. I think those girls have them braids in for a month or longer. So, you know,
Yeah. You said that's too much like normal.
yeah, and too much like the right thing to do.
You said she's teaching them to be disrespectful to her sister too. Yeah, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is too much damage already done between her and the sister? I don't know. But there's always a reset button or try.
Yeah, especially for your kids. If
And
I
she
didn't
did
have
say the
if I didn't
sister
have
was
legs and
helping
only have,
them.
huh?
Remember, she was saying the sister was helping them with homework and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Her
know
sister
it's a
was
lot.
helping bathe them. Remember, she was cussing the girl out about getting, but look how she was talking to her. You don't talk to people like that.
Yeah.
Her
And
sister
let me
was
say,
helping with the bath, but I don't blame her sister. Bitch, you do it.
let me say, I know it'll be a lot on the sister, but it could be considered as a part-time job where she have extra income. And
Right.
she could start saving her money, how to eventually move out and get her stuff and whatever. Yeah. Because she could work during the day while they're in school, even if it's only 6 hours or whatever. Then when they get out, then you try to make sure they have something to eat, do their homework, just to monitor them. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're getting that pay too. It doesn't seem like it's a lovingly respectful, normal family home. I
No, it's
know.
not. It's not.
You said that girl cannot do much. That's why we trying to figure out another way. Nobody. I'm not bashing her. Hell, when we sit here, she'll say that we don't care. We're just being mean and this and that and whatever.
Guess
Even though
what?
we
No, let
don't.
me tell you something. We're not really supposed to care. We're not her responsibility. She's not our family. So anything that somebody's offering her, you know what I'm saying? She should appreciate it. You can't expect the world to care about you. The ones who's supposed to be caring about you, like the baby daddy should have been caring. And, the baby daddy's mama and daddy, they should be now like, well, he gone. You know what I'm saying? Like your mama who spit you out, like your daddy, those are the people who should be caring. You can't be trying to put this responsibility on other people and expect for them to care more about you than your own family. No, let's keep it all the way real.
What?
Our responsibility is our families. And what we do extra for somebody, you know what I mean, is what we do from the heart. You can't make us care.
Now I only care about the girls. That's why I'm sitting here like. But Drea said her sister said today basically that if something happened to her, it wouldn't even make her sad. That's deep.
That might be how she's feeling today. But then, hey, maybe not.
That's deep, Drea.
But she's probably put her sister through so much else. She could do that to her little girl. Imagine what she does do to her sister. You could call your little girl all kind of bees in front of on the internet and hoes and all of that kind of stuff. Then later on, after children's services leave, you start talking about how she can't even wipe her butt. So if you could do that to your little girl, then I could imagine what she does to her sister.
He said his sister broke it down this morning. The family ain't playing with her. You got to be a horrible human being for your own blood sister to say she wouldn't care if you. I've never heard anybody say anything like that. Mm-mm. That show you how you really are. You
Sounds to me
might
that the
pass and
family is
nobody even
playing
want to
with her.
come to your funeral.
The family must be playing with her because by now, with her behavior, something should have been done. So they are playing with her.
Wow. If a lot of these parents put as much into their home and family as they do on social media, they'll be amazing parents. Real talk.
Hmm. And that goes for all of them. Man,
That's why I be laughing at these people when they say, "Oh, you always on YouTube and everybody business." Do y'all ever see me go live during the day?
no,
I don't even be on here during the day to be going through talking about going live and all of this. Um, I'm on vacation now, but you get what I'm saying.
yeah.
Overall, my channel is a night channel.
I remember I mentioned that before, like certain people's channels. Like I remember I used to say, Vibes comes on at night. At that time, Sheena would come on more during the daytime. You know, it was like certain people came on at certain hours, and you would always come on. You would be the entertainment for nighttime. Sheena would be entertainment during the middle of the day, like she dealt with you know what I'm saying, like the retirees or whatever.
Who finna be dragging tonight? You say it's gonna be a drag tonight. For
I
what?
don't even care because guess what? They just look stupid. You dragging, but in the meantime, y'all entertaining, you know, child abuse, bullying kids and all that. And y'all, you know what I'm saying, entertaining a grown man talking about messing with kids and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't even care because they can do all the dragging they want to. They can try to do whatever they want to. And all that's going to do is I'm going, well, assure something happens with that man over there about messing with these babies and kids.
Oh, they're saying that be sure to check out the sister live from this morning. Yeah, I still didn't get to watch the whole thing. If I caught 5 minutes, I caught a lot.
Dragging because we
But
telling the
girl,
truth. You can't drag me for telling the truth. Y'all they like to lie. You mad? If you mad about the truth, then if you mad about the truth, then that means you need to be changing, making some changes about yourself. If you can't stand it that somebody's going to talk about, not lie on you, but talk about the truth. Yeah, I understand you getting mad when somebody's lying on you. That's annoying and it's wrong and irritating. But if somebody's telling the truth, if you're upset about them telling the truth, then that means that you know something is wrong with it. And that means you need to make some changes. Because that means you're upset at your own self. These are the decisions that you are making. Be mad at yourself. We're just
Um,
discussing the decision that you're showing us on the internet. Everything we're talking about, we wouldn't know nothing about these people and what's going on in their homes, or what's going on in their minds about kids if they're not exposing themselves. We
hold
wouldn't
on.
know about that little girl being all kind of bees and hoes if she wasn't comfortably in front of her her subscribers and all these random trolls and people. We wouldn't know about it if we don't know about what she does off camera, because trust me, if she can do what she did in front of camera, it's worse off camera. And nobody on this internet can sit up here and say that girl ain't doing that to her kids when they ain't never even seen the girl before. Ain't never been in the girl's house. You don't know what goes, like they say, you don't know what goes on when behind closed doors in people's houses. All you know is what they tell you or what you see.
She said, honey, don't stress on that man. That's what Golden's saying to you. Don't stress on that man bathing them kids. That's probably another one of her lies that cause drama in the home and get attention from supporters. I know people in the chat is asking for the sister link. Gemini, I'm going to send it to you, okay? I'm going to get it off my clipboard and send it to you. But I'll let Golden answer while I'm doing that.
Okay,
Let me
answer
see.
what?
No, Gemini said, at Golden, honey, don't stress on that man bathing them kids. That's probably another one of the lies, her lies to cause drama in the home and get attention from supporters.
Well, I thought someone mentioned that her sister talked about that, because I assumed that her sister was the one bathing the kids, because I remember her cussing them out. Remember, it was like a fight or argument, and she was talking to her sister like she was, like, yeah, she's supposed to be bathing my kids. Like, don't nobody have to do nothing for you. So I just assumed that the sister was always the one that was bathing them, and you know what I mean. Until the sister, from what I heard, talked about the man up there, the uncle-in-law, the non-blood relative, the non-blood relative granddaddy.
Yeah, I sent it to you so you could share it so they could see it. Thanks, hon. Gemini dropped the sister's channel.
Or
Thank
the
you.
arsonist. That's where she talk about, or she seen that man do that. She picked that up from him, probably. And that's why she was so laughing and excited about it. He burning the bear and she giggling. Girl, please. Something wrong with them people. Ain't nowhere in the world, like even with her having those little girls, even if those little girls attended school with my little girls, I would not allow my little girls to be. That's the reason why I was always particular when I had my kids. My kids couldn't go to no anybody's house. I had to get familiar with the people, see where they were coming from. And even then, I was still, you know what I mean? It took me a while, and I'd pay attention to their conversations to see if, how well I could trust them, no.
Plat, who trying to talk about they gonna drag who? Drag who? Just probably their first letter of their name, please. I don't really. I mean, that's just weird. Whatever.
Don't nobody care about them dragging her. All they gonna do is go online and drag, and what else? And then what's gonna, what else? And y'all still living in that truth of what we talked about. You dragging, you mad because we're telling the truth? Drag me when you hear the lie.
Right.
Did I call the little girl all kind of bees and hoes? So you mad because we mention it? You want to silence us? See, that's another form of abuse and control. Now you want to silence everybody, or you gonna try to bully them and beat them up.
Oh, it's 2K, but yeah, it's all right. Thank you, Plat.
What did she say?
She said their names start with a K, but it's two of them names start with a K, so I don't know, but it's all good. They're both canceled
Dumbo,
anyway. They're both,
ask
if
her,
it's a K, they're both canceled.
Yeah.
So
Ask her, is
no,
it gumbo or that other one over there?
child.
Drag what? I'm not the one who talked about the baby's booties.
The link is in the chat.
You know, you need to be dragging yourself for the shit you're doing. Dragging yourself for having a woman with kids cash app you and not suggest for her to do something for the babies.
Oh, okay, Pat.
What did she say?
Must be gumbo. Listen,
Ain't nobody care about that. Drag your ass on down here to LA. That's what you do. Have your girl, your virtual panhandling girl, panhandle enough to send you down here.
no,
You don't want
Golden.
none of this, homie. And I'm for
Bet
real, for real. And I've never talked like this. And this is not even how I want to even, you know, be to for people to even think of me. But don't nobody give a fuck about you, bro. If you talking about drag and golden, what the fuck you gonna drag? Come whoop my ass. Fuck a drag.
drag to that
Whoop
door when
my
the people
ass.
come. Drag to that door when the people
You
come to
want
open
drag and
it.
ZX? That nigga was bowing down when ZX was in that nigga ass. See, that's why I was like, okay, see, they don't play with these real men. They play with these punks. Nigga, you don't know me. I'll do you
What they
like I had to do that other nigga who thought he was gonna punk me. Nigga, I
what they
embarrassed that nigga and I embarrassed him in front of his bitch. Cause see, he was a punk too. His woman was talking at you and I'm saying something to him and I was like, well, we'll handle it after the party. And he gonna jump in. That's why he got his ass kicked. He was another gumbo. Well, you say you such a woman, why don't you go on out there and talk to her?
what
Instigate.
girl Platinum say it's a joke. Girl, stop it.
Platinum, I was like, for real, fuck all that dragging, nigga, bring your ass down here. But see, it's a joke. But I'm serious for real, because that's what they do. They gonna drag because they mad because we telling the truth. But like I said, since we talking about it, that's how I whipped that nigga's ass. He was another one of them little bust ass niggas that do that mouth all to get online every day. And that nigga was instigating it. Like how they do. I wish I could call my friend right now who witnessed it, and she'll tell you how I fucked that nigga up.
Girl, I'm so lost. Now she said I never said nobody said it. Oh, I got thrown off because you said it's gonna be a
Oh,
drag
okay. She
tonight.
just
I thought
probably saying why
somebody
say we already know that they gonna try to drag or try to say something. I don't care anymore. That's all y'all been doing. You using us for content. Because once you go
oh
on and you get your numbers and you hollering and screaming, and half them people don't even know who you talking about. Especially the monetized page, but they listening because it's with some drama. It's entertainment. So you
for
gonna cuss
anybody
all these people out, Dimples and everybody else.
for anybody that's asking for Sunbum's sister link, Gemini posted it in the chat. All you gotta do is click it and go over there. Yeah. Thank you, Gemini. It's being dropped again. You see it? Oh, that went from 0 to 100. Go to say, drag your ass.
That's and I'm telling you, that's probably how I end up whipping that man's ass because it will happen. From 0 to 100, nigga, you be on the ground. And I've been and took a picture of your punk ass and put it online and let them see how I whooped that ass. You got your ass whooped by a woman. I ain't even got to bring the homies to fuck you up. Ooh, I'm
No, but
sorry, Vibes. Delete that out of there when you go over your. I'm sorry. I gotta definitely cash app you, man. I'm messing up your money.
you fine. You fine.
I'm still
I be
cash
wanting
apping
you.
you anyway.
I be wanting you to be yourself. When you come, hey, don't you live here? How
Because
you
I know
gonna
my
be at
mouth is
home and
bad.
out
My
walking
heart,
on eggshells?
that's the funny part. My mouth is bad, but my heart is sweet and good. And my son is a really good dude. And he was like, Mom, I know. He was like, because people will try to take advantage of you. I know why you have to do that. My son will let you know. His mama is no joke, but I'm sweet as pie. But don't come trying to test me. and punk me. See, that's what they think. Everybody over here, that's what they really think. The little street sector, like we some little suckers and punks. They don't know we're humble because we've been through things. What I look like if I can avoid having to fight you, so I don't have to go through the process of the getting the handcuffs on, going through the whole thing, spending it 2 days in there until I get to court, hoping that the district attorney is going to reject it, or if they don't, hoping they don't send it to the city, and then you got to go to the city attorneys and hope they don't create a case. I've been there before.
Right, it's okay. It's okay. We got it now. But when you read a comment, you just thinking, oh, somebody had a live scheduled or something. That's what I just thought.
Because you're dealing with these little suckers, you're dealing with these these uh uh bullies that
Hmm.
think that they're gonna scare you off because you saying something.
Nah, just knock. Just when the folks knock on the door, open. They just went there the other day, didn't they? That's what Sunbum said. So the address is right. Hmm.
She need to stop doing what she's doing, or going to get those kids to somebody who's going to give them some love and care.
Oh, I
She's
didn't think that the
abusive.
sister was live. I thought she went live earlier. Yeah, we ain't telling y'all to run and leave us to go. Lord, look, I thought she
Y'all stay here and wait till this is over and then go do the replay with her. That video ain't
yeah,
going nowhere. We giving y'all some content. I'm hoping. How many people are in the chat? Vibes.
it's 82 now. We had got up to one something, but it's 82 now.
Mhm. So they can, the lurkers. You can go run over there to the child exploiter and let him know, and anybody else, or to the a child abuser. See, they got two of them over there that's abusing children in some kind of way and exploiting children, and the rest of them are too because they entertain it. Because that would turn me off. Like, oh, I ain't going over there on that channel. I don't want to be part of that. Or if I'm gonna be over there, I'm just gonna be sitting in the clouds, watching a little bit. I would not want to be connected with that mess. Honey, they can say what they want about MGO, but you see how she separated herself with that. She don't want to be, connected with that foolishness.
The NGO have an image to maintain. She
Yeah,
can't be no, don't she have the website and all this other stuff going on? She be posting on her channel. She don't want to
yeah.
be affiliated with none of that madness.
And she's
And
got a
on top of that,
nonprofit going, and you
and on top
connected
of
with
that,
this. Mhm.
the biggest thing overall, MGO said several times that she have her own kids and foster kids. Why would she even want that label with her name and she got other? We don't need them
She's
problems, okay?
saving kids, but on the top of it, then
Hmm.
she's over there supporting abuse.
Right. But shout
Why
out to
would she want her
MGO.
name connected to foolishness with somebody who's harassing a woman for almost a year and posting the woman's kids for names on it? I remember when she told him about that, and he did that on purpose. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You don't want your name connected with certain kind of foolishness, especially when you're a professional. That's why that
Thank you,
other one over
Abs.
there want to clean up some stuff in them court records, because if she's going to school to try to be a professional, she don't want that look or some public record where they can pull it up and describe her behavior in the past.
Let me
That's
say
what she
something
was
to
trying to
Abs.
clean that up. Huh?
1 second. Let me say something to Abs. You say gotta run vibes, but big up yourself. Thank you, Abs.
See you
Take care.
later,
We
Ab.
appreciate you. Oh, that sign look good. English pound. Shout out to you, Abs. Thank you.
Have a good day. See, that's the type of
Um,
men that we need up within this sector. We don't need that foolishness. Let them go on. They at the lying sector. That's what they do. And lie roast. So nobody have time for no fake make believe Disneyland bullshit.
you say I'm surprised MGO drops in certain chats with all she has accomplished. I stay in the bushes because she tried to support everybody. That's what it is. But when it's getting next level, like where it's at right now, she have her own personal life that she have to protect. She can't be saying, "Oh, I'm in Sunbum chat cheering her on, da da da, whatever." But you know all that stuff will fall back on you, and you are a foster mom. You don't need that bad stuff stringing behind your name. You know what I'm saying? Just like
Well,
I
see,
even said before, like Golden would be on here like just supporting the most deplorable behavior. Somehow somebody, her family or business life or whatever, run across and be like, wait, that's who we doing business with? And she on YouTube do that. That's a bad look. You don't know who's watching or
hmm
who's listening. And you have such a unique voice, they know it's you, you know,
but
or
see,
picture or
MGO,
whatever.
she's just the type that likes to go in the chats, and while they're having discussions, she'll just give her opinions and things like that, and that's just how she is.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
But with certain people, I wouldn't even want to be connected with. Take that ranch. I don't even want people to even think that I'm part of some trash like that. YouTube really needs to fix that. Like when somebody just give you a wrench like that, it should be where somebody should be able to unwrench themselves.
I've
Shit.
been meaning to remember this the whole time we've been live, and I'm happy Reese said something again. I started to talk about it like 2, 3 times, and then it slipped my mind again. But listen, yesterday, shout out to the person that told me that, because after Kenisha hit the channel, right, his channel, I'm thinking he's off the internet, whatever, only to realize he was over there in beef sector, and he was on a panel. And when I went, he was on Nest, and him and Jay Dunn was on the panel, and Jay Dunn was like upset about him going at somebody that she care about. So then she started talking, and Jay Dunn was like, "Oh, so it's funny, like basically how you trying to attack my person I care about, but I was the one helping you today. You reached out to me for help to flag people for Sunnyi." So I'm like, oh, interesting. And Jay don't know how to flag. So I'm like, oh, so he running over there asking for help from her to flag. Now, who is he trying to flag? I don't know. I don't have
Well,
nothing in the castle that belong to them for him to flag. I guess he trying to take the videos down with her, with the baby.
well, guess what? Why didn't the primes teach them when they had that control? Why didn't? Because that's the control key word. Why didn't he teach them so they could have the control? They didn't teach them. Why didn't they teach them? Teach them how to do it.
But then again, we can't even say that. Maybe they wasn't willing to learn, because didn't she say she was privy to what was happening and she have the emails and whatever? Remember that?
No, but I'm
And she
saying,
said,
like, if
"Oh
they're such great strikers or whatever, how come they didn't say, well, this is how you do it? You first go
no,
in, and if they say no, you do it like this, and then you like that, and then it should happen.
yeah, but Sunbum is lazy, because even Marcus tried to teach her that when she was new. I remember, because she played with my channel when she was new. I remember she woke up one morning and she said, "Oh, I'm striking everybody that got my stuff on their channel." And then remember that video when she was live with Marcus and Yana dropped in the chat when she was new, and they was out at a restaurant.
Right.
Yana
I
dropped
do
down
remember
and
that.
Marcus had flashed a comment and say, "Hey Yana in the chat, Yana, they don't have no beef,
But
whatever."
Tiana's
And
cool. Like, she'll have no issue with you or something. She's just,
right. And then she had
hmm
peeped push, "Hey Yana," with her little fake self, whatever. So that video, I had it up like they're cool with it, like leave it alone. She struck that video. Mm-hmm. She did. And I saw her. She was on live while she was doing it that morning. So, and then now she gonna say Prime, she have the stuff when he was flagging people and whatever, all the emails and all of this stuff. So you should know a little something.
well, maybe she need to get up off of there and stop, get off the freak show and sit down and read whatever Prime did so she can do it. She don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't have much time for the kids. She ain't got much time to do no damn research or learn anything. All she want to do is put on the freak show every day.
Why would they give up their tricks? I just know it was very interesting when she sat there and said, "Oh, I sent him $20 for all that hard work of flagging people. That's all he deserved." Like, child, please. If she went to somebody professional, it would have been how many hundreds just to get one video down. Not no
True.
$20 for several people.
But you
Baddie
got to
channel.
remember, yeah, that's true. But you got to remember, he benefited too. It was almost kind of like a fair exchange, no robbery, because just like he was helping her take him down, he was doing them for his woman to take down other people. So they were able to benefit off that channel. But you're
Yeah.
right. Like somebody would definitely charge, or she would have to give up more than that. But the reality of it is that it's like a fair exchange, no robbery, because they were able to benefit off that channel.
You saying
But I know one
YouTube ain't
thing,
forgiving?
Gumbo, he sure makes sure he gets paid right.
Mhm. But that was interesting. What? So that just show you. 1 minute she's like, I don't need nobody to fight for me. Then he go live. I'm not fighting for you no more. Bye, boom, hit the channel. But then at the same time, after you hit the channel, you're still hitting people up. Hey, can I flag for stuff? It's all a game. That's why I don't even report on it. Like all that back and forth every day, whatever.
You can't take them serious.
Mm-mm. Because if you so hurt and all of that stuff and you tired of her and hit the channel, why would you still be trying to get somebody to flag? It don't make sense.
Uh-uh.
It's giving bipolar cheese.
When I see somebody say, "Oh, Ken told her off," whatever, I don't even really want, because I'm like, "This, yeah, tomorrow they'll be back and he'll be howling and screaming at the people for talking about it." Like it's a joke, and I'm really believing that a lot of times this is all they do it on purpose. Like who gets back with somebody that fast
Mm-mm.
every time?
I know what it is because she sit there and like, oh, I don't know what is the title for that? Like how like even Ileana, how Ileana would sit there and say, oh, like it's like she need tone because people they're so used to people leaving them from them being adopted and in the system or whatever.
Needy, yeah, that can be. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, needy wasn't the word I was looking for, but you get what I'm saying. So I
Yeah,
think that's what happened to Sunbum because it's like a safe space. So even though he dog her out, she said something interesting yesterday too. He be dragging her offline worse than he drag her online.
and she's okay with this abuse.
Hmm. That's what she said. He be dragging me worse offline than he do online, calling me all kind of bees, and I don't even want to hear that drag. I'm like, oh
Well,
wow.
hmm.
Mhm.
Depend, are you like a codependent or something? Um is that the word you're looking for? Dependent.
Mhm. Let me see something.
Mhm. Honey, the more I look at these people, the more I'm happy with what God blessed me with, like the way my children turned out. And no, they're not perfect. None of our children are perfect. We're imperfect human beings. But dang it, like I said, I'm thank you, Jesus. Because see, I could have something like that roaming around.
I'll be right back, Golden. Let me see what my baby want. Then we gonna get off here in a few. Okay, give me a second.
Okay. I wish I could see all of the comments in the chat section, but I can't see anything. Well, let me talk until Vibes gets back. Um, so hopefully you all are willing to make a report in regards to the child exploitation. Enough is enough. If this guy has been doing this stuff before a lot of us came on board, or knew about him, it's time for this to end. You know, um, it's apparent that he takes us for a joke, and he thinks he's invincible, and he doesn't believe anything can happen. And it's time for him to know that, we're not tolerating it. Just like the streets would not tolerate it, we're not tolerating it behind this computer screen. And enough is enough.
Oh, I'm back, Golden. I just didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, okay. Enough
Hmm.
is enough. And it's sick, for someone to even be able to create something like that and for it to actually roll off their tongue. Like this dude is visioning this kind of stuff. He's visioning a baby and somebody ramming something there, or he's visioning a 12-year-old young man, a kid, and the young man's sibling doing something oral on that kid. Like, for him to even say this kind of stuff, like, this is not normal. Like, how many of your friends or people who have these kind of conversations when they talking about people? It's weird.
Not nobody. I ain't never heard nobody talk like that about no kids.
Mm-mm.
But shout out to y'all for still rocking out, because I see everybody in their mama live right now. So shout out to y'all for still staying with us and then run and leave us. But you know what I find interesting? Hey
Hmm.
Veronica, welcome to the Castle Hunt. You know what I find interesting? Sunbum called CPS on Chase, didn't she? And they
Yeah.
actually showed up and whatever. But when she come out here now and say whatever, right? I'm not saying she did call, but even if she did call, you did it to her and it was a fraudulent claim or report, right?
Right.
A fake report. But then she'll come out here and give commentary about it. And like I said, I'm not saying Chase called. I don't know what Chase did. The point I'm trying to make is, why are they so upset and keep going like at her neck, whatever now? Like, wouldn't it be like, payback is a B, you did it to me, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're so upset today. If you see all this madness that's going on, when you're ready to go, let me know, Golden. Because the
Oh,
streets are busy. It's a lot going on since we've been live.
well, if you're ready to end, that's fine. It's okay.
Hmm. Yep. Back and forth, back and forth. So
And they did this to themselves. We ain't did anything. We just talking about what we saw and what we've seen.
you said she would admit if she called on her. Okay.
Who
And I
said
mean
that?
that's her business. I guess Forgiving say she had the ice cube said she would admit if she called on her.
Okay, you know what? Let me tell you something. That girl she has accused anybody who she dislikes. She's accused Sheena, she's accused Vibes, and she has accused Chase. Well, which one was it? Did they all hook up on the three-way and call? And that's why that thing got mad at me, because I said that on Sheena's panel. Because now it's like it doesn't even make sense. And the reality
Anybody
is that if these people have not told you they did it, because I'm sure most of those calls that came in were anonymous. Now, also, I'm going to let you know that there is somebody who did. I've saw several people say they called or were going to call, but there was one not long ago who admitted that she did call, and she said when she called, the people said, "Oh, you're talking about the woman on YouTube? Yeah, we've received about 50 calls." So BITCH, stop playing and stop lying and telling people. And these retarded people who are listening to you, why haven't they questioned it? Like, well, wait a minute, you said Vibes called. Now you saying Chase called? Like, make it make sense. Oh, wait a minute. Was it Sheena who called? You don't know who called. It was a whole bunch of people who called. And some of them people are in your chat right now laughing with you. There was a woman
Somebody,
on like ZX, he wanted to take it. He wanted to be the one to say he called, right? And I mean, like, he's the reason why CPS came to her yesterday. But guess what? Like I said, there was several people who called because I saw somebody in her chat. I don't even know who it is. She probably don't. It has no clue. But they said they were calling the CPS and they were happy that she's mentioned the kids' names. So now she know the names to give the people. So several
uh-huh.
people called.
And right when the screen went blank where the daddy walked in, somebody was also in the chat like, yay, like they must have showed up or something. Somebody
Yeah,
was in that chat. I ain't got to put them on blast.
yeah.
That's their
They
right to report.
Yeah, they said hopefully it's CPS, and that's what made me think about it. Like, you know what, it could be CPS. The daddy came in, she quickly clicked mute, the screen went black. You know what I mean? And she got everybody just sitting there. She didn't show back. I was like, yeah, that probably is CPS.
Yep, and I
She
was
know they
paying
were coming.
attention to her. I was paying attention to her community tab yesterday, like the comments, and the comments was like, "Oh, 1, 2, 3, CPS coming for you." Like they taunting her in the comments. So why
hmm
would random people be saying that? That line was flooded. Well, didn't somebody say months ago that when they called, the people talking about how many people don't call from the girl on YouTube, 50
Yeah,
people, whatever don't call.
that no, the
And
person who said
remember,
that they. hmm
I don't mean to cut you off, but do you know what Sunnyi is missing? She's missing the fact that this is bigger than street sectors. She got people in all sectors dragging her. Not all,
hmm
but beef sector.
Yeah,
It was a panel last night with 500 and some people talking about it. And them people get 20K views on a video. Okay? So you don't know who done called.
I don't believe it was one specific person. I believe there were multiple people who called. So for you to be, unless they did not want to remain anonymous, you can't sit up here and just point the finger at somebody. But she's doing it for a reason. That person is my enemy, so I'm just gonna tell everybody this person did it so I can get the hate train going and say that she's the one messing with me and my kids. It was Vibes. Then while she's mad at Sheena, it was Sheena. Then she over there with Che. It was Che. It just goes back and forth. Like, who takes this bitch really serious? And you know what she's doing. Do you really believe that she knows who did it unless they disclose who they want? Like, you can make a report and give your name. But I'm sure those people remained anonymous. Stop playing. And my thing is for these people to even be letting her play in their face. I can't mess with people who want to play with my intelligence. That's insulting to me. And they continue to do it. And every time they get on live, they lying.
She's a selfish individual for the fact that you come on YouTube and you know that the two people that's upstairs, that's their house, are elderly people, and you come on here like, yeah, this my address, pull up. And then when people put in the chat, you pin it. You don't care about your kids. You don't care about your parents. You don't care about
Nobody.
nobody's safety.
She don't care
Nobody.
about her kids because no parent who really cared about their kids would go on the World Wide Web with thousands of people. You don't know how sick these people are, and you give your address like that. And you are disabled. You couldn't even fight them if you wanted to. So the thing is that you don't even care about your kids' safety, bitch. You don't need those kids. You don't care
Mm-mm.
about their safety. Who does that? If you're trying to protect your kids, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even do that. You would care more about your kids than to try to prove you tough. That's
Right?
stupid. No, and she doesn't care about those people upstairs. I bet you if that woman's son found out about it, he might have to come down there and throw her ass out. See, she talk about the woman and her daughter. That woman has a son too. That woman actually has a granddaughter a little younger than Sunnyi. That granddaughter, you ain't never heard Sunnyi talk about that granddaughter. That granddaughter's probably on a whole nother level. She wouldn't even waste her time with a Sunnyi. But I could imagine, like, if that woman's son knew what was going on in his mama's house while his mama is sick like that, and he got somebody giving out addresses all through the World Wide Web, jeopardizing his mama.
Yeah, that's why you hear her yelling and screaming other people name it. You're like, who are these people? Because people are talking about it in several sectors. You heard her talking about dimples and this and you a man and that's a dude from B sector that dressed like a trans, whatever, right? Uppity, all these people. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard her calling out Dimples and whoever else. She said she had 8 people, but before she could name all 8, Children's Services stopped by.
Mhm.
On the first slide, she had ZX, Dimples, then she had Sheena, and then right after that, Pawpaw came in the room. So I know she struck
Well,
another. She went on live again. I didn't even hear that one.
I know ZX was live last night when she was on live threatening him. So I don't even know if he have the access to the video. She sure was talking about uh you know, KILL, those threats.
She's
She
what she
ain't gonna
wanted.
stop.
She wants the KIL. She need to get her. You know what? Going to JAIL. You know, like did we hear Redbone yesterday when Redbone said she had like a warrant or something? She had, it was an old one, and they took her in her wheelchair to jail.
Even Sheena, let me say that. I forgot about this the whole time. She went as far as said, what's the dog name again? Um
Chosen.
Chosen gonna be a basically a hot dog at the end of the day. So those are all threats. And oh, I have them.
And guess what? If they want to play like, oh, we just playing, yeah, you tell that to the courts. Really, they need to be reported too. Like sometimes you got to make one person an example.
And she
Like, because
said it
all of
before
them are
she
doing
said
these.
this stuff. She said, this ain't no allegedly. This is a threat. Yeah, I don't care. Flag me. I'm ready for my vacation anyway. What the vacation is, I don't know if it's the vacation is to go to jail or YouTube jail.
But guess what? It's probably, I don't know, for her to make those kind of threats. Maybe is she thinking that, does she realize she can go to jail? But this woman don't even care nothing about herself. So we can't even expect her to really care much about her child.
She said, I am ready for my vacation anyway. So I don't know what the vacation is supposed to be. I just assume that, when she get flagged and can't go live. That's what I assume.
Well, she gonna keep playing until she find her ass in jail.
Mhm.
And I always thinking she tough with them little, them little punk cases with the mug shots that she like to show. Like she's trying to make people think she was a bad one. She was tough. She was the gangster. Ooh, she got them. Girl, tell that to the people who don't know no better.
Talk all that crap, then immediately put the videos on private.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like I said, she
But
don't know.
yeah,
She messed with the wrong one when she called herself trying to put Golden out there, when she's gonna publicly call herself cussing me out. Because girl, I will rock your world mentally. You will wish that you never said my name. And everything that I would rock your world with, it would be the truth. It ain't gonna be no lies, and no, I don't play with lies and lie roasting and all that. Bitch, I would rock your world.
thank you. I literally just said that yesterday. I said yesterday that hell, they was mad at each other. She don't know that the person she's sitting with, her man, will be the same one that sit there and call on her.
Hmm. I mentioned
Hmm.
that before. It be the main ones that be right next to you that be committing the stuff against you because they know more about you. I've had an experience like that, not with children's services, but I'm saying like it was a person who I was trusting and I'm telling her all my stuff. And I'm thinking that it's getting back from someplace else the whole time. Then this broad calling me every day and I'm just, trusting in her. And she was, hating. She's sitting right next, you know what I'm saying? The whole time I'm thinking it's somebody else. It's just like when people have had their houses robbed. The whole time it's the person who they talking to every day or somebody who's been in their house before and they just thinking it's a stranger. She
Yeah.
too stupid, but she don't even know that. See, that's what I mean. Like these little dummies, if they what really were trying to learn something from some older people, they would learn that kind of stuff, like from people's experiences.
Yeah, when people show you who you are, who they are, believe them. This is the
Hmm.
same person that you're sitting with that when they got mad at the other lady they were talking to, right? What they did? Doxed the lady daughter job. Down to the teenager job got doxed in
Hmm.
2023.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
I
he
think
won't
she was
do that to
working at the
me.
mall. Yeah, she was working at the mall or whatever. Don't you know the girl had to hurry up and I assume just leave the job? And that was a minor.
Yeah,
So
but
nobody is off limits.
nobody's off limits. But in her head, she probably thinks she's special. But he wouldn't do that to me. That's my best friend, bitch. You ain't never even shook your best friend's hand before. Like that just gotta show you if she have friends. You mean to tell me some old random man that then came online and you know what I'm saying? Now you calling him your best friend? Crazy. What about the homies, your other real best friends? Because you ain't got no homies. You ain't no from. You're not from no darn Pyru. Stop trying to perpetrate. They should.
Ah, Mima. I'm sorry, Golden. Mima, hey, Queen and Golden. You two ladies make a great team. Blessings to you both.
Oh,
Thank you,
thank you,
Mima.
Mima.
I know we do vibe well off each other, don't we, Golden?
Uh-huh. And I know Mima talk a lot of mess, but I'll be for real. Because I get sick of these people online playing, and I know that they wouldn't bust a grape or do anything, or they would get hurt and some hands put on them with all this little undesirable behavior.
Yeah.
Like I said, that other one over there talking about little kids and stuff. He wouldn't even be here today if he was out on those streets and them people on the streets knew what he was saying about little kids. Because people don't play like that.
Yeah, it was just interesting how they came on here yesterday talking about putting bags on their head, and it's wild. Y'all are reckless, unhinged.
Are they really about their life though? Are they see what it is? They think they scaring us. But my thing is that you don't even care about your family. Because if you think that I won't, did I tell you guys, or maybe I should remind you of the story I told you. I've put several of my relatives in jail. I don't play when it comes to me, and even if I love them, they got to go when they start turn making me be a victim. I'm not going to allow anybody to abuse. But see, they're used to that. They're used to loving the people who victimize them.
So you remember the voicemail y'all just heard recently, like last week, whatever? The one about, oh, I'm in whatever gang, all of this stuff. The one on the voicemail.
Yes, yes.
I know my husband said, like, I've never really heard of a grown man running around talking about gangs and what gang they're in. It's weird. Like, who just run around leaving threats on a voicemail like, oh, I'm in this gang and this whatever. Like,
Trying
what?
to scare somebody. Oh, he in the gang. Ooh, I'm fearful. I better talk to him on the phone because he's been calling me for 6 months and he wants me to talk. So I better talk to him. 'Cause I don't need
Mhm.
the gang to come. Nigga, when the gang coming?
Yep. So y'all, if y'all don't know, last night me and Golden was threatened on live that they gonna put bags on our head. They got people that will take us out of here for them. It was a whole lot said.
Mhm.
Hmm. And then Sunbum over there talking about she want to burn people houses down and all. Y'all are something else.
And guess what? They talking about all of this, putting somebody, but nigga, you didn't have that energy when this dude talked about putting your daughter on porn sites. Now that's when you should have been talking about putting a bag on somebody's head. You over
Hmm.
there kissing this, sucking the shit out of this man's ass. Excuse my French.
Hmm.
Who's gonna be cool with somebody who's saying something like that about their child? You ain't
Yep.
never addressed that nigga. No, because you want to, like Sheena said, they want to have the cat fight. They don't want the dog fight. They don't want the ZX man to man fight.
I
They want
noticed
a
something
cat
the other
fight.
day. The minute Zig started talking, you know what that community posted? Anybody else is, oh, I'm going live right away. Y'all know
Mhm.
Kanisha have no issues going live right away during the day, right? That community post said, when I have time, I'm gonna hop on live and drag him or whatever. And I'm like, oh, so now you gotta make time because it's a
Because
man.
he's trying to still show that he's tough, but he ain't scared. So you got to say something. I know what the
But
deal is with that.
but even Sunbum said something yesterday that was so funny, talking about, oh, when people start getting on your ass, you run and hit your channel like basically you're a punk. And hell, I could defend myself. You left me out here in the paint by myself. You were
He
running.
is a punk. He ran
Uh-huh.
from a man
And left her out here by herself to figure it out.
to fight the man alone, to threaten the man, the same man you ran from.
That was hilarious. Mhm. Let's see. So, what's going on?
They are all a joke. See, I can't take that other one serious either. It's always threatening the women, dragging the women and lying and everything, but and making it like some other women are neglectful. But you saw that video and you ain't said nothing because you's a punk. You don't want them to be on you. And you let this man talk about putting your daughter on porn sites and you ain't never addressed that and put him in his place. You hold on. I told you he's not here. You're gonna have to come back. He is not home. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. Dang it. I meant to put this on mute. Hello? Vibes.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
My bad. You said all sectors she been at. Wait, you said all of the sectors she's been at is not effing with her. Yeah. I'm sorry, Golden. I couldn't even put you on mute fast enough.
I'm sorry. It's no big deal. But
Well,
in,
guess what? You ain't got no babies at your house. Anybody you talking to is grown. Let's just put that out there,
and they're
okay?
not in my house. They outside my door. You know what I mean? And no, I don't have my baby. My baby is 19 years old, and my baby is at his daddy's house where he lives. And he's welcome to come home at any time with his mama. So he has two places, but he's with his daddy where he needs to be. So he won't be like these little punks online. He's over there with the men.
Everybody in my house was asleep. Like when we came live, everybody was still asleep. Now they up and in full effect now, my kids. So I'm gonna have to try to go. So I already had their lunch and everything made though, because it's lunchtime now. It ain't breakfast no more. Uh, he said, they laughing talking about Golden don't play.
I really don't. And like I said, I'm sweet as pie, but I've I've ran businesses for a long time and I've dealt with a lot of trifling people and I you can't let people walk all over you. I'm just gonna tell you like that. They
You said,
take
are we
kindness
safe?
for weaknesses.
You said, are we safe to speak? Of course.
Honey, they can't say I was talking to a grown person outside of this door. Okay. That's for certain. And I didn't even call him a MF.
Right? We all know you said that several times that your baby's in college, so your
My baby,
baby,
yeah, my
last
my
one.
my my other one, she has her own place, and she's the same age with Sunnyi. Okay, and my baby is 19 years old. He's in college, but he's not off to college like my daughter was, which she was in another state. But he's with his daddy. you know.
No, I mean when you say in college, we know duh, the person got to be at least 18 or up to be in college. They're not a
Okay, yeah.
yeah. But it is what it is. Just like the last time when you was on live, they were talking about you was it was something. Oh, Golden is in the what they say you was at a retirement home or something. It was
They
something they
just
said about you, and I'm like, they must have missed when you was on live because you held the live down for me, and you was actually in the drive-through ordering you a Sprite, and when you were ordering, you said, "Hold on, y'all," and you ordered your Sprite. Remember that? How the heck
they,
was you
you know,
driving and
they
doing?
probably heard they like they said they dry roast and they just lie. They don't have nothing else to talk about. They have no life. They're not educated. They have no knowledge to share anything. Like all the people in your chat was actually, if she's listening or if her supporters are listening, maybe they need to down pick up the phone or Google and start trying to figure it out. These people in your chat were giving information. They too dumb over there. So all they want to do is just lie and roast.
Yeah, that was hilarious to me.
They
I'm
you know
like,
what I'm saying? They just talking.
the
No,
whole time we
you
were
know,
live, you were
you can't
driving. You were driving. You could
vibes.
hear
Don't
the
you know
blinkers every time you put on your turning signal and all of that.
vibes? Don't you know they heard all of that? They just talking like kids. They ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah,
Just
when
talking.
pertaining. Yep, that's all they talk about. VQ, golden plaque. Gemini, I was just saying the other night that I noticed they'll never say nothing about you.
No, they don't want none of Gemini. I saw that when she cussed him out. He was like,
Hmm.
oh, and Gemini was like, shut the F up. And, oh, what I do? You know, he didn't want none of that. And he ain't never said nothing about her after that either.
You said they said she was in assisted living, but I saw Golden standing outside the LA courthouse in one of her videos. Hey, shout out to you, right? Yeah, exactly. Remember that video that over there on your channel where you in front
Girl,
of
but my thing
the
is that
courthouse?
wait a minute, but I'm gonna tell you just how the something is wrong with them. How did they even come up with that to think that Golden was in assisted living? That's just like me saying, oh, somebody they online, but they in jail. Like, how are you coming up with this? They just talking. Cause they trying to roast.
Don't
They can't roast me for shit.
don't you even
They
have
can't
the
say
video where
nothing.
you
They
got
don't
in
know
that
nothing
nice
about me.
car? Yeah, you even got in
Yeah.
a nice car and was driving down the street and all kind of stuff
They
over there on your
hating.
channel.
They hating. Golden in an assisted living. What? Cause she got both of her legs and both of her arms. And she got all her faculties, unlike in that household where they got folks with missing limbs. Don't and I ain't trying to roast the lady, but it's the truth. She ain't got all her faculties. The other one's 70 years old, can't or he claim or he can't lift the girl up the 10 steps. So he got to be the one wiping between the girl's legs. Don't y'all play with me. In assisted
Wow.
what? Well, you know what I'm saying? Girl, please. If anything, I help folks. That's my biggest problem. I'm always helping everybody else instead of focusing on myself. Where I start getting stressed out with everybody else's problems. No, they just talking because they don't have nothing else to say. And it was probably that retarded one saying it who laughs at his own goofy jokes.
Oh, you said he was being disrespectful to the lady. Oh, unapologetic. Yeah, that lady. Yeah, mocking how she was talking and whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Good evening, Geraldine. Good afternoon. And I'm so sorry. Let me tell you before I forget. I think 2 live streams ago, I did not realize until on the replay that you and it was somebody else gave me a super chat. I don't know what I was doing. I think that was the night I was going off on that thing for lying on my kids. I honestly did not see your super chat until the replay. I don't even remember what you said, but thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I don't normally miss stuff like that, but I did. Hmm. And I'm like, oh Lord, I felt so bad. I'm like, oh no. The last thing I want you to do is support me and I don't acknowledge you. You know what I'm saying? I felt horrible on the replay. So thank you. You said if you would call DCF, I'm trying to remember who the other person was. But yeah, yeah, Gemini. You say you're welcome. Thank you. You said she needs a chairlift on the banister. Marcus sure was picking her up, taking her up all those stairs when they was in St. Croix, remember? He was so strong he even picked up the wheelchair with her in the wheelchair. I'm like, oh Lord. When they went in that rooftop restaurant.
Now let me tell you
I'm
something funny. Since you're talking about her, like how she always talking about her bathing and stuff. I remember Marcus was on his live one day and somebody asked him, does Sunny stink? And Marcus, he reads the comments and he read it and realized what they said. And I guess he wished he hadn't even read it. And you know how you do the little giggle and laugh. He was like, basically, why would you ask? No comment. And I was like, mm-hmm. He smelled her because what man would say no comment instead of saying, no, Sonny, they ain't, I ain't never smelled her stinking. He said, they smell good. So why couldn't he just say, no, Sonny didn't stink? Why would he say no comment?
and the sad
Marcus
part
is one of
about
them
it.
type. Uh-huh.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Marcus is just one of those type of people that he tries not to hurt people's feelings. And he, you know what I'm saying, has compassion and stuff. He ain't trying to embarrass, like she don't mind embarrassing him. He's not going to do that. It's just as well as how she don't mind coming out here talking about people. But then she had that live where she was talking to me in her live, saying, people with all these long paragraphs on their wall. I mean, how you could have just sent me an email. Well, bitch, if my paragraphs is long and you say it's long on my wall, what was the difference between me sending you an email and something on my wall? The email would have been longer. You know what I mean? But what it is, and like how they was mad at ZX, no, what they like to do, they like to put everybody else out there on Front Street, but then they want everybody to address them behind closed doors.
Yeah. And I knew Marcus. I knew he genuinely cared for her because I'm talking about even the night when they first got there, he went to go get them something to eat, and he came back and realized she had done broke the remember the liquor or wine or whatever she had, and the bottle fell and broke, and it was splinter everywhere, whatever. And she got down there trying to clean it up, and he came back. I could tell that he wished she would just sat there and just wait for him to come back. Then cut herself and all
Right.
that. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
looking like, why you just didn't sit there and wait? Like, allow me to take care of you. Don't worry about that bottle. I got that.
Hmm.
I'm like, child.
She would have still
That's
see.
why
She mad at her. She's mad that she's not. Marcus don't fool with her. Like you said, she sabotages everything.
she knows she messed up. Mhm.
Hmm.
And I'm not sitting here like, oh, Marcus perfect. I'm just saying overall how he treated her. She
Yeah.
knows she messed up. Mhm.
Yeah. She messed up.
She just didn't handle stuff right. Because I'm quite sure when she came on the scene, she was like, Marcus, can you help me set up this for a GoFundMe? Push it for me with the GoFundMe, push it on your channel. Try to address the ramp, the wheelchair, all the necessary stuff first. He would have. She
Hmm.
just came on here playing around.
Look how he helped
Hmm.
her get her whole platform going. I remember when he first interviewed her and he gave out her YouTube information. I remember I don't even think she had 100 people. Well, she might have had about 100 and something. She didn't have a lot. Then I looked again and then she might have had 500. And then later on, it was like, that Smith's Prime over there. She swears she's the reason why, they like to take credit for everything. And, I never did even tell her no, because I had been watching to see how quick her subscribers were. You know what I mean? How she was building her page. And like I said, initially, she only had about 100 and some subscribers, if that.
I
Well,
know.
when I checked, you know what I mean?
Hold up.
So, dang, what was I going to say about that? Anyway, he did help her build that page, and he could have helped her a lot more, but she don't know how to act.
I know I'm here. I know who you are. And I kind of remember a conversation too. I won't say it here, but hey, I know who you are. Thank you for being here. Um, oh, you was gonna say something about how I was distracted too. But I guess you was trying to say that how, she'll say, oh, she the one boosted Sunny up. But no, because remember he was actually going on her panel too, and I remember him saying like, Girl, you almost have 1K people, or it was 1K people in the chat. Because every time Marcus showed up, the numbers just jumped. Remember? On her
Yeah, it was
StreamYard?
like he was helping her and he was cheering her on, kind of, like proud of her,
And
And
that was the
after that,
time
she
he'll
just,
go and bring liquor and spend time and go on live with her. And then,
mm-hmm,
yeah, channel was popping. That's the night when Sheena, Taylor, everybody went on the panel that night, and it was I have that show because she deleted it
mm-hmm,
actually, and I couldn't imagine why would you delete it. That was such an epic panel with everybody up there going crazy. I have it.
mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's an oldie but goodie for sure. That was at least like March. I actually forgot about that, Golden. I remember that
And
panel.
and if it was okay, yeah, it was in the beginning. Whatever it was
Mhm.
during the beginning because after that, people start seeing like, oh, she was getting rude and people are like, I've sent the girl 300 or 100 and something. You know what I mean? You thinking like, and she's snapping at you and talking crazy. She starts showing she couldn't help herself. She could only put on that sweet legless girl, single mother with the two girls, you know what I'm saying, for so long. And then she starts showing what an evil person she was. Rude.
You say he never called ICE either? Because he'll be a damn fool, Reese, to call ICE on somebody that, how the hell? That's why I kept saying call them, because I'm going to call them right back and I'm going to tell them that you're on here making false reports.
Playing
And
mind
I
games
got
with
the
people.
video. Yeah, I got the video of you. Yeah. Okay,
Well,
so
honey,
1 minute, one minute they say Golden and I took my tax money and I took care of a man. So how the hell was I filing taxes? Didn't they say that? I took my tax return and gave it to a man, but at the
yeah.
same time I'm illegal and they call it ICE. Y'all don't make no damn sense.
Mhm.
So how did I file taxes to have a tax return without a
Like they
social security
scaring
number?
somebody. They, just playing around and lying and shit. And trust me, I'm talking about that exploitation. I'm dead serious. We're not playing over here. We're not playing that same game. And trust me,
And
if
married.
you do call ICE and play with them damn federal folks, you gonna find your ass deported straight onto the federal jail, the federal penitentiary playing around. That's what
Like
you
don't
gonna
say
do,
and
Gumbo.
married. And married to a US citizen.
Exactly. And married to a U.S. citizen.
Mhm. He said he called on you and the other lady. I knew he was lying, just rambling. Let him
Hmm.
call. Because Chase
But
sat there
here's the
yesterday on our
thing.
panel and say that she's a citizen too, from she was 9.
But here's the thing. You got dummies, idiots sitting on in your chat letting you just lie and talk. Like waste their time. And I'm wondering, do they believe this dumb shit? Like, y'all, that's slow. Y'all, that's slow. Man, shoes. I'd have some people over there where you at right now getting every dime out your pocket. Because y'all, that's silly and gullible,
Yeah, that's why I'm
naive.
like, I'm not going to keep addressing that anymore. All you got to do is do a quick search. Do you need a social security number to have a monetized YouTube channel? And Google going to tell you yes. So y'all done been here, right? We got people in green, platinum is a member, all of that stuff, right? How Gemini a member. Abs just dropped us money and everybody else been supporting us. Drea, everybody, we're monetized. So yeah, nobody ain't gonna keep talking about that illegal crap. It is
Like
what it
find
is.
something to talk for real talk. That's what I keep saying. They too dumb. They don't have anything to talk about. That's why I said Moreniki don't really need to be over there because it's just a bunch of goofy shit. Like she enjoys being in those chats and being able to give her opinions, but those niggas is too silly.
You know what I keep saying I'm gonna do it and I keep putting it off because honestly I be busy and I forget. Y'all wore me out this week going in the vault finding receipts. You hear me? But look, it's a clip I have of when everybody in the beginning was saying, "Oh, do she have a green card or this?" When the whole story broke out on YouTube in July, do she have a green card or this and that? And he was like, "Oh, nah, she legit, she married." I keep forgetting to post that clip for y'all.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
that would
you
be
know
a
what I'm
nice
talking
clip.
about, Golden. Yeah, where
That would be a
the
nice
chat was
one.
asking. And he was like, "Oh no, y'all, she legit. She married that dude to be here, and they had a baby and whatever." But nah, that's not true. Because actually, when I met my husband, I didn't need my husband to be here. But that was his version of the story. But the overall picture is no. I'm gonna
Well,
find
put it
that
like
clip and I'm
this:
gonna put it up for
his
y'all.
it's his version, and it wasn't true. But the reality is, he knows you're legit. And instead of him going in there saying, "No, Ken, she really legit," he just gonna sit there because he think it's funny. And you know what I mean? Like, you're a bum. Oh,
Several times,
oh.
because even yesterday when he said, "Oh, I'm gonna call ICE" and all of this stuff, he was under the comment laughing with like the skull emoji, like, "Oh, I'm dead," whatever. It's funny, and I'm looking like you're such a hypocrite because how was we gonna go to Jamaica to go get married? How was I gonna come back?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? So that's
Yeah.
two things. You said it, then you also said, "Let's go to Jamaica." Of course, once this other one was final, whatever, you get it, right? But
Yeah.
and then it was another thing. It was something. It's so many damn different clips. So many. Oh, and then the time when I said, "Oh, we're in Orlando and we all at the apartment." Remember? I said it was some nice apartments, and I said, "Oh, I had gave the people my YouTube
Your
earnings because that's
information to
technically my
apply for,
income."
yeah, to
Right.
apply for the apartments. Right.
Yeah, and the same way you gave up your ID and your social was the same way I did. And then even the other night, it's another clip. Recently, this was like last week or a couple of days ago. "Oh, I got picture of your ID and I got picture of your social too. You didn't think I had it, so bingo, you got it." Mm,
Mm-hmm.
I should put up. I'm gonna take. It's gonna take some time to find the most quick, but I'm gonna get it done. It's just time consuming. That's all to find all these clips and stuff. But y'all will hear for yourself, and you just gonna know these people are damn crazy. Okay, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But I'm gonna get off here, y'all. I want to go run out and go do some stuff with my kids. You know, today technically the last day of spring break because tomorrow is back to reality between doing hair and all of that to get ready for Monday morning.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, I guess it was fun while it lasted. The short little break. My son, his
Mhm.
break is in the beginning of April, so I decided my kids and I, we haven't all like, it's just either been my son and I or my daughter and I, like, gone somewhere on trips. We haven't been together as a family on a family trip since 2023 when we went to New York. So anyway, we're going to take a trip for the, I guess I'll come out to the assistant living home, and maybe one of my CNA nurses will come and escort me so we can go on this trip for spring break with my children.
You know, I took myself out making this thumbnail, right? The thumbnail on this live. Who thought the
Did you
thumbnail
guys,
was
wait a
cute?
minute, did you
Mhm.
guys check out the thumbnail that Vibes created? Did you all catch that thumbnail with the barn, the CPS, and the bucket for the bird bath, and the solo cup for the urine? Did you all catch that? What did they say,
I
Vibes? Because
see.
I can't see.
I don't see them yet. It's a delay though, so they probably said it, but we didn't see it yet. Oh gosh. Oh
Hmm.
God. You say, or it start next week? Yeah, they
Platinum.
probably said it, but we have like a 2 to 3 minute second delay up here on StreamYard.
Platinum. Was it a
I
solo
don't.
cup she had? The red solo cup.
She been peeing in all the cups at the house. That's why they kept throwing them away. Oh, but yeah, when they was in St. Croix, she definitely had a red solo cup, and she would say, "Marcus, go empty it for her." He used to empty it for her.
Like, why can't you just go ahead and have a little class and get a urinal and put it in a urinal? Like, oh,
You say, "I see the barn." I must look again. Child, it's a barn, a tub for the bird bath. It's one of them little metal pail like you'll see in the country at a barn or
yeah.
whatever.
They use that pail to used to bathe babies or even wash clothes with it. Yeah,
Hmm.
and a little solo cup, for the
And then the
urine.
police standing there with his arm folded, looking at like, what's going on here?
Mhm. At the barn that Mimi talked about. The barn that didn't have a bathroom in it. So that's why everything is on the out sitting on the side of the house.
You say you had to use 6 cans of hater spray. I think Platinum's favorite emoji in the castle is that damn troll spray, okay?
Mhm.
Gosh, I be laughing. I said, Plat, be careful. You gonna spray so much, you gonna get it all in your eyes. You gonna be coughing.
Well, yeah, almost like when you spray pepper spray and it come back to you, where you get the coughing when you're trying to spray it outward. Yeah, she had that was her little, what do they call it, an outhouse. The solo cup is the outhouse.
Mm-hmm. She said she ain't carrying that big old thing around. It looks like the place she had back in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. The barn.
Oh, gosh. Wasn't it a it was a camera slip before with a hot mess. I don't remember. I don't want to lie. Wasn't it a whole bunch of peep jugs or something? I know it was a whole bunch of mess on the bed. I remember that. I think that was on the picture I just posted with a camera slip of the bed. Remember? The one we
She's had
posted
a
on the
few camera
live.
slips.
Mm-hmm. Oh, lot of couple house. Oh, they cracking up. A red solo cup.
Platinum, was that cup a red solo cup that she had when you decided to drag her out the basement to take her out?
He said the way she be falling out that chair, I bet she got plenty of piss bottles over there.
Mm-mm-mm.
You see, I got threatened last night. Oh yeah, I made a community post and I have the video, Geraldine. Little do they know that in my city, the courthouse is actually open on Saturdays and Sundays for, a set amount of hours, not all day like during the week. But yeah, even if you need to get a restraining order or something, they're open on Saturday mornings and Sunday for like 2 to 3 hours, whatever. So I ain't gonna even go there was threatened. That's what we were talking about earlier, Geraldine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know. We got it. Thank you though, because I could have missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't even on here. And I kept like, I heard about it. So I'm like, what? I had to, because that was when I was getting ready for the Marcus live. And I was trying to find a clip with Marcus where he said and whatever. So I was trying, screen record, trying to upload it, all of that stuff. So I wasn't even on here.
He was mad because I
Huh?
said that he was dragging his child from motel to motel. Well, hell, you were. Where were y'all living? You didn't have your own place. Y'all was even getting evicted from motels. Shit. They hate the truth.
And that wasn't no lie, because didn't I put up all the receipts of all the hotels I had to pay for?
Mm-hmm.
I put up
Yeah.
those receipts already. I was paying for 3 days at a time.
They could go on and
Mm-hmm.
lie about something and they feel like that's okay to lie. But when somebody's coming and telling the truth, you talking about my daughter going, nigga, that's you in. That's what happened, nigga. That's why he's another one, like how that other one talk about her bad, washing her ass. He's another one who ain't used to shit. He always got to keep talking about my house. Yeah, because nigga, you didn't have one. I can always tell when a person ain't used to something or they didn't have none or something because they keep talking about it. Motherfucker, we all got a house. Why you keep talking about the house?
Platinum said we was drinking out of those cups. She was pissing in water bottles. Something just came to my mind. I remember one morning I woke up. It was like 8 in the morning and I looked at my phone. She had texted me about 4 something and asked me to get her a bottle water. The other bottles were probably full. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Was she peeing or emptying the catheter? She probably put the catheter to go leak into the bottle or
To clear it
so
up.
no, you probably like put the tip into the opening of the bottle and let
Mm-hmm.
everything go in there. Yeah, she would do it out the tube. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like put the tube in the bottle. You was good. I know. I know. On here talking all that shit, but I even have proof of you saying, "Oh, give me $800 to fix this car, a car I've never seen, and all kind of shit."
And a
Oh,
car
I'm gonna
he
give you the
really
money
lost.
back. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the money back. All of this stuff. It's all good.
Another pimp bum that ZX might need to know about.
You've been
He and that
hollering and
other one are two
screaming,
peas in the
ZX.
pot. That's why he ain't addressed the fact that that homie went over there talking about he would put his daughter on porn sites. They two peas in a pot.
Mm-hmm.
A punk. You gonna let a
And
man slide by? You gonna sit up here and harass women all day for some nothing stuff? And this nigga done said something about your baby girl that you say you love so much. Nigga, to have imagine putting your girl on a porn site and you all right with that? And here it is where these women is pissed off about their grandkids and their kid, and you ain't pissed off about your little girl, nigga. You
then
over there
you're here
sucking the.
now. You're here now. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. Nah, nigga, you did a whole live about us last night. We ain't said a damn word.
Yeah, did nobody tell you to be up in vibes as chat? And you mad because I'm telling the truth? What you want me to start lying? No, that I don't practice that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Sure, we've all been guilty of lying at some time in our life, but to be constantly doing it every day, you go on live, nigga. We telling the fucking truth, nigga.
You've been asking him
You
if
were
he
in
wanted to
motels
come.
and motels with your daughter.
You've been asking if he wanted to come to LA voluntarily. You'll get the ticket. Now he ain't gonna have no choice but to go.
Yeah.
You don't get to run around and threaten people and think that, oh, I might say the VQ and she don't do nothing. So you think it's gonna work with everybody, right? All
Now
right.
you need to be going up, stopping when you come across and what you gonna think you gonna do, nigga. Cause see, you ain't gonna make it out of here alive. And I'm gonna tell you just like that. You gonna be in a body bag, and you better hope your little broke down ass family got the money to ship your ass back to Florida to bury your punk ass. Or if not, then you'll be dumped in a big ass uh 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 plot along with a whole bunch of unidentified and unclaimed bodies, nigga. Okay. You're not gonna come over here and think you're gonna play with me because I'm a female, but you letting that sissy run around and talk about babies and kids. And then I ain't gonna be talking about the babies and the kids. I'm talking about yours, nigga. Instead of you, who would even want to even be cool with a nigga like that after what he said about his child? And this nigga like a punk. This nigga is older than this dude, and he be doing shit to try to impress this dude or be trying to act like him. I didn't when Vibes was with this nigga, he never was like, I'm going live. I'm about to try it. He got that
Yeah,
shit from that nigga.
shout out to y'all because I was able to even catch the chat. The chat, I opened up the chat and I was able to even catch his girl saying, "Oh no, don't say that on here. Stop." Yeah, so she know it was wrong. What was being said.
She didn't learn about
Hmm.
that, like how you can get yourself caught up in some trouble.
And I noticed that was the last comment. So she
Hmm.
probably like, "Yep, I don't want to get caught up in the middle of this, so I'm gonna just say that." And she stopped typing. Uh
And let me
huh.
tell you something about her situation, and I'm just going to be truthful about it. There is no way. Apparently, she don't like to be caught up in the middle of issues and problems and in the mix of stuff. If you're dealing with a dude and you see he's trouble, and he'll do anything, and have you caught up in the mix? Because the reality is if he's bothering a woman, she's going to confront you. She's going to address you because this is your man. So this just goes to show you that you don't realize that you're making a poor decision. And I'm talking to her because see, like I'm the old bitch. So she a little older than my daughter. Like, think about it. This nigga will have you caught up in all kinds of shit. And if you ain't that type of person, or you claim you don't are not, or you don't want to be caught up in that kind of mix, why would you be? And this could be for anybody. It ain't even got to be a man. Why would you be affiliating yourself with this kind of person? Like, damn, your mom and daddy ain't taught you these kind of things. He's so too what you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, why would you allow yourself to be affiliated with somebody who you know is a problem child, and a problem who will have you caught up in the mix with something?
Well, I'm
Because
in
see,
fear
like
of
he
my life,
bothered
Golden.
Golden online and he's bothering Levi's and other women. It's gonna be some women that may end up, and Mimi, if you listen, I'm telling you, it's gonna be some bras that will mop your ass up about your man. Because see, when women are having issues with another man, they're going to go get their man to handle them. And they will see, you know what I'm saying? And a woman is going to handle his woman. And if she got to get her ass beat about her man because she can't put her, because her man messing with her, and the way he going to get his ass beat is by her beating your ass, then you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to be in the mix. And I don't want that. They don't work like that on the streets, baby girl. Ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about you saying you innocent because you ain't. Because the reality is, if your man is doing all this and you ain't in control of your man, you part of it too. Because, like I said, that video that he was talking that day, why I said you was part of the mix, is because he admitted, yeah, y'all don't know. Me and Mimi be on the phone and I'll be like, watch this, and we be laughing. So basically, you are part of the mixer with him harassing. You trying to be like on the little side, like you're undercover with it. But like I said, in the real world, it's gonna be a woman, and you start fucking with him, and how he fuck with me, it's gonna be a woman like, okay, I ain't gonna beat him up or whatever. I'm gonna have to find my man on him, but I'm gonna beat his woman's ass.
Yeah.
And that's
Excuse me,
real.
Vanessa,
This
you
ain't no
hit the
innocent.
nail.
Y'all too busy hanging behind this screen, sitting your asses in the house with the internet.
Vanessa
Real
hit the
people in
nail.
real life shit, they'll fuck you up, Mimi, about your man and him fucking with other women. And it's gonna be some street brawls that will mop the fuck you, whip your ass and take your person money and send you on your way. And you better not call the police.
Vanessa, we already know when he's going live like last night. She knew he was going live to cuss us out, whatever, because I know the person. They sit on the phone and say, I'm gonna go live to talk about Golden. They plan out the whole live offline.
Remember,
Even
Vibes was with this man, so she knows how he operates.
yeah, even as a co-host, if I say, oh, you remember when we was going live, it was during the week, right? And it's a school day. So I'm like, oh, I'm going live whatever time, right? He want me to call on IG, talk about the whole live. Oh, we got to plan this out. We got to be ready. Or we got to know what we about to say. I'm like, I don't go like that. I just go live and talk. I don't have to plan my live, Besides the receipt and whatever, I don't have to plan what I'm going to say. So, yeah, but he used to get upset about that. Oh, man, you want to hit the button and go live, or you want to call 30 minutes before the live start. You're new. I'm used to this. You get it? So, yeah, she know exactly what he's going live to talk about. So then in the chat, she have to put it off like last night, like, oh, no. Or let me say this. She know that he's going to go live to cuss us out. But I guess she don't realize that he's gonna say threats and detail a whole MURDER like what he did on live. You get it?
Right,
Because people with common sense, I'm going live to cuss out somebody, right, Golden? But you don't think
right.
that I'm gonna be on the panel talking about a whole detail scenario. You would
Mm-hmm.
think like, damn, I thought you had more sense in that. So
Right.
yeah. So
And
that's
see,
when she
Vibes
tried to
knows
jump
this
up and be
man.
like, yeah, that's when she tried to jump up in the chat, like, no, 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 stop. Don't say that on here. That's too much. Several times,
Mm-hmm.
stop. You're doing too much. And then yell out his name and all of that. Mhm. So it is what it is.
And that's the whole thing. When a woman has been with a person before, you know how they think. And see, this is why Vibes know what he's doing.
Mhm.
She didn't been there before. And in real life, not just on the telephone and through the internet.
Yeah. It'll be like even in the relationship, it'll be like, oh, we're going live at 10:30. From 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you already talking about what intro song, what this, what that, all of this crap. I know you got to plan for a show because it's technically a show, but you take it to a whole nother level. Hmm. You know, like just don't know how to go live and ride the waves, and then you see how the live going, so then you kind of know which outro song you want to have. If the live ended sad, you don't want to plan the outro song in advance. You get what I'm saying?
Right, I totally understand. And that's how you know what he's doing and what like I said, I know what he said. He talks too much. That's another thing. You gonna be with a nigga that talks like that, he gonna have you hurt. I
Yeah,
know what that man
yeah,
said that night. Cause see, I got a pass out of the assisted living home that night, and I was driving around, right? And I just so happened to click on that live, and that nigga said that. I was like, this is what I was suspecting. I said, she know, she part of it, but I know the tag team game. I know the good guy, bad guy game. And it's your woman every time she's on your live and saying, like, I know what time it is. Y'all a team. And he said out of his mouth, y'all don't know what me and Mimi. He talked too much. Like I said, you couldn't even commit a crime with nobody like that. Y'all don't know about me and Mimi. You been here, well, we be on the phone and I be like, watch, I'm gonna say this, and we be laughing. He said
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you say you remember I used to keep my life short. Yeah, because it's a school night and I got to get off light, make sure my kids situated, they're in bed. You know, they was homeschooled at that time. But still, I got to make sure they get to bed on time, all of that. I can't be live all day. And even today, like now, look how long we're here, 3 hours, right? And 25 minutes. What I said, my kids were asleep when I came live. Hubby, the kids, everybody sleep. I'm the only one up. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, go then,
Yeah.
let's go live. Everybody sleep. But
Mm-hmm.
what I did, I made sure everybody had their lunch, and it's all they got to do is heat it up when they get up. Okay. So no, I'm
Yeah.
not just sitting here. My kids hungry. No, everybody have their
Yeah.
stuff sorted out. And then
Yeah. You
now
said
when they're
you
up
did.
and
And you said
moving
I'm gonna come
around,
on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
now they're up and moving around. I'm like, okay, yeah, go run the streets, whatever we plan to do.
It's
You
time for
know,
some family time. Unlike that other one
right?
in the basement. Like, okay, I got to get up off of here because I got the kids. We're going to do something, play some games, some baby doll. I wonder, has she ever played baby dolls and stuff with them? Or, well, see, we all different, but I remember my mother I played tea party. She had a tea set, you know what I'm saying? And one year, my dad and my mom bought me a Holly Hobby oven, and I used to be baking, and they would sit there and wait for the little bitty, little mini brownies to come out. You know what I mean? My dad and my mom, taught us how to play cards and stuff. We would like sit like a little family, like how she gonna call my mama a mammy. No, my mama ain't been the best mama. I don't think any of us are. We've all made mistakes, but bitch, my motherfucking mama, the mammy is the bitch who pocket watches you online while you take your clothes off and do all that stuff and ain't even trying to tell her daughter that ain't cool, that's not appropriate. And then after that, the bitch call you for some money because she didn't calculated all the little super chats and shit you getting on there. When your paymaster is sending her I'm sorry money $49 6 to 7 times. Bitch, don't you ever try to call nobody a mammy. You don't have no room and no space, and you can't and never could.
Let me answer these real quick. Platinum said, "Did you homeschool the other child?" No, because either she was with the brother or she went to work with him. I've never heard her in school. But
No.
Vanessa said you kept it short when you was with him, but when you are home with your family, you will come on late. Yeah. I
Vibes
had changed
always
the
comes
time
on
and
late.
everything.
And guess what? When Vibes comes on late, because she don't want to disturb her family, she'll go outside
Yeah.
just to not be loud and disturb her family. And unlike the other one who's in the basement with her family, and she hollering and screaming and taking off her clothes, and the little girls are seeing this and watching mommy online with just her bra on.
Yeah, I'm outside right now. The whole time we live, I'm outside. They with their daddy, so they're up, but they got their daddy.
Hmm.
So, and my kids are not babies, guys. I got a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old. They're not babies, okay?
Right, right.
Hmm. So yeah,
So please. And she's sitting over here telling somebody's mama you don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? My mammy, girl, please. My
they're
mother
old
spent so
enough
much time
now.
with her children. Huh?
I never thought I would see the day where I could say, "Oh, they're old enough now where my son could actually watch his sister." He need to be 12 in Florida. 12
Hmm.
years old,
And
you can
stay
stay
home
home with your
alone.
younger sibling. I don't
Hmm.
do it, but my kids go everywhere with me. But if it came down to it, he could watch his sister. Hmm.
Yeah.
And they were there. Wait, and they were here because the way she was looking, like she looking at somebody. Oh yeah, the way she be looking, it's the kids. Like she disgusted. Hmm.
She's miserable. She hate her life.
That's what I'm telling y'all. I have a YouTube channel since my baby was 3. And if you ask my kids, what's your mama YouTube name? I don't even think they know my YouTube name. My kids are not on my channel and none of that stuff. I don't talk about YouTube. Go there. I don't talk, not even on the phone. I don't sit there. They're
Mm-mm.
all in my mouth. They don't hear about what's going on. Remember, even the other day I was saying how when Sheena was live, I wanted to hit the panel to go talk to her, whatever that night. I was
But the
doing my
kids
daughter
was there.
hair.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was doing my daughter hair, and if I sit there and I'm braiding hair and I'm talking on a panel on YouTube, she's all in my mouth. So that's why I never
Hmm.
went on her panel. Hmm. No, let my kids be kids. They don't need to be on here.
And my thing is, I could see if she had a channel where, like, how your channel, where it's for the most part you're familiar with your viewers and stuff, right? She has a channel where it's just a whole bunch of weirdos from all over the world, and and it's inappropriate talk. They looking at her as a something, as a fetish, as something sexual, and they saying anything. And she had them kids up there, them little girls. I wouldn't want them freaks even screenshooting and having no pictures of my little girl.
Mm-mm. I don't even use their devices to even look at anything on my channel because I don't even want to be coming up in their recommendation. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Mm-mm. It's what it is. You said
So they
there are
can
things
go.
parents should keep away from children and even their family. Yeah.
It took me a while to get on social media. And when I got on there, it took me a while and when I was on Facebook, those people are people who I've met and knew during some time in my life in the beginning. And it took me a while before I posted my baby's pictures. He got a little older and I finally was like, everybody posting their kids' pictures. Let me post it. But I still don't even have that many of them. But if I finally did, but I would never post my kids' pictures and my baby's pictures on this. These people will make you hurt them trying to play around like shit is funny. They think everything is funny until they get popped in the mouth. I'm not gonna let somebody be passing around my kids' photos and shit. But honey, I'm sure all the perverts got her kids' photo. All they had to do is screenshot it. No way in the world I might have my little girls to be out there like that with all them freaks.
Well, let's get off here, Golden. If you have any final
Okay,
thoughts,
yeah.
let's get it. So we're coming up on three and a
Well, the
half
final thought
hours.
the final thoughts is that we're going to keep you up to date, but we are asking for everyone's assistance in making these reports on that young man who won't stop with this, and he thinks it's a joke about with making these sexual remarks about babies and children. And I will be providing that phone number again. I don't know if the other content creator has it on her page, but that's our project and that's what we're going to be doing. Like, if you all remember, there was a petition out for Monique. The reality is that we never did go through with the petition because Monique sabotaged her own self and kept doing stuff. And apparently all those people who was on her page started reporting her. So she, you know what I mean? We didn't even take it too far, but there were over 100 signatures for that. But no, this is not going to be a petition. We are reporting this to an organization who goes after people who do this, and they do the investigation. Okay. And
Yeah.
we're serious about this man stopping. And if he won't, then he can just go on and go to jail. He'll stop then. You know, he might have to learn the hard way. He thinks we are a joke, but I'm not going to keep going because I know Vibes is trying to wrap it up. But I'm just, trying to remind you of what the plan is and what we want to do.
Hey Shad, I wasn't ignoring you. You said drink in one hand, the sun is out, and here I am showing my love. Hey Queen, hey Shad, hey hon, good to see you. You said don't first be asking. Let's go through the comments. He said mothering ain't hard, it comes from the heart. Amen.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just automatic. You don't have to plan how to be a mother.
Mm-mm.
You should have people email you or write a letter or sign a petition. The petition is easier because a lot of people don't even do emails anymore. 9 out of 10 right now, you ask somebody to say something, they're like, what's your IG? Nobody don't even talk about emails anymore. And then a lot of people don't like to do emails because then they feel like people be getting their real name in the email. You get what I'm saying? So the petition is just easier. Yep. Well, you said seeing is believing. We got to set an example. Yeah. Yeah. Vanessa, yeah. But that's it. We're at the bottom of the comments. Thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate y'all. All right. Guys, listen, I'm gonna try my hardest to come night for the in the beach house. Okay. I didn't even do one thing as far as music or anything yet. I just did it. The live ain't scheduled or anything. I tried. I'll let y'all know. So far, 9 out of 10, yeah. And even if we do, it'll probably be for like an hour. You know what I'm saying? 2 hours max. But I'll try my best. You say I
Well, you
really
all
can't
have a
understand
happy
why.
Saturday or happy Sabbath day. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah. All right. You said accept me, LOL. Thank you for making my day go by faster. You're welcome, Reese. Thank you so much, Golden. It's always a pleasure when Golden graces the Casa panel.
I know Golden is a little ratchet sometimes, but you have to deal with those folks around the corner like that.
Oh, you know what I forgot? So the lie today was, let me say this, that we're gonna go. The lie today was that Sheena is over there starting with people and they never bothered Sheena, right? Well, I'm here to say that's not true. Because on March 19, at the 8 minute and 5 second mark in that timestamp, the transcript for the live have Sheena. But then today they'll say they never mentioned Sheena. Why is she talking about them? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm talking about, right, Golden?
Yes, yes. And first,
Mm-hmm,
before he said Sheena, he called her Shaniqua Speaks. Then he said
mm-hmm.
Sheena. Yeah, according to the transcripts, according to something that can be presented into the court of law. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People that don't know about YouTube don't realize that when you go live, everything we're saying now is in a transcript under the live. Okay? And it's like literally in black and white. You don't even have to be listening to the live. Okay? So all you gotta do is you see 8 minutes, 5 seconds, Sheena, platinum, VQ, Vile Queen. Yeah, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And where's my $50? Yeah, notice that went quiet, right? I
Well,
provided
you
the
know what?
receipts.
Sounds like Sunnyi is responsible for it because she takes care of her man. He said he was gonna give up the $50. Well, hey, stop lying. Are you gonna give us the $50 or not? She got
So
paid
wait,
yesterday, so she might have to, you know what I'm saying, hit up the cash app.
when there's another challenge, don't take that challenge serious. The bet was I bet nobody can provide receipts where she actually spoke on Sheena within the last 3 months. And I showed
Mhm.
proof that from February 13 to March 19 or 17, yeah, several days.
And guess what?
And the,
After that, she was speaking on Sheena because according to Chase, she was had Chase and Sheena's name in her mouth. Then that's what made Chase decide to go live. Yeah. Because she's using all of you. See, we're gonna have to correct that with them saying using my name for content. She's using all of you all for her content because if she wasn't cussing y'all out on her live, what the hell would she be doing? She cusses everybody out on the live and Dimples and so and so and so and so. And people who are clicking on that thing because it's in vertical. When you see somebody doing all that, you curious and nosy. And you watching this girl do all this performing and she's sitting there with these nubs flying all around, throwing the wigs off and on, hollering out Vibes Queen name. No, you need to find you some new content. Stop calling out them and cussing them out for your content.
the point I'm trying to make is every time you think you're gonna come out here, you're gonna lie on somebody. Nah, I'm gonna come out here and state the facts. Don't come out here and say I never said anything about Sheena. But then I look and I'm like, wait a minute, you just did on March 19 at the 8-minute mark. Come on now,
Mhm.
you ain't messing with no dummies over here.
No, and they don't
Uh,
have to listen at that whole boring ass live to find it because the transcripts we got them.
yeah. Oh, so it'd be even juicier. All those threats last night is in black and white, the video and the transcript.
Mhm.
How you gonna deny it with your picture on the screen?
Yeah,
You can't. You can't. hmm That's the dumbest move I've dumbest criminal. Your face is on the screen while you're making threats on YouTube Live.
world's dumbest criminal for real.
Well, yeah, let's go.
Okay, well
Have a
you all
nice day.
enjoy your Saturday.
hmm Shout out to you, Miss Open. That's what's up. Miss Open told me before I came live that she was driving and whatever. Shout out to you for being a mom. I ain't got to say what you're doing, but you've been driving and driving, but you're here with us the whole time.
Hey, Miss Open.
Yeah. Thanks, Platt. Thank you for everything you do, Platt. It don't go unnoticed, okay? Shout out
And
to
you all
all of
have a good
y'all.
day. Vanessa, Platt, Open, Manifest Reality. I don't remember Reese, and I can't read the chat. So, and everybody else in the chat. Forgiven.
hmm Mel's Life.
Oh, Mel's
Everybody
life.
up in
Yes.
here. Geraldine,
Geraldine.
Vanessa, every single person that came
Vanessa.
through here, salute. All right. And shout out to Gemini for holding down the chat. Oh my gosh, for 3 hours and 40 something minutes.
Yes, Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
Vibes ride and die.
Clarissa. Uh-huh. Why you think I listen, Golden? I
Mm-hmm.
don't want Gemini to come beat my butt because of everything I go through in life right now in 2024. She tried to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
She
Go
said,
ahead.
people, she told me from day one I was making a mistake and I didn't listen. Yeah. But all right, y'all. Have a good one. All right.
Okay, bye everyone.
Let's see. Oh, thank you so much, Golden. I started the outro song, but thank you, Golden, for joining us. All right. Take care, guys. See y'all later. And hit the like button on your way out if you didn't. All right. Take care.
Welcome to the castle, everybody come inside, where each soul is important and stands for pride. No opinion's better than the next. We respect them all feelings are valid, let them echo off every wall. In the home of good vibes, we embrace and we heal, sharing truth and compassion with a soulful appeal. I'm your vibes queen, guiding light through the night, building trust in our kingdom as our hearts unite. I brew all the tea, warm and sweet with intention. Got receipts to back it up, every claim gets attention. They call me the receipt queen, evidence on my throne. When drama gets crazy, I make sure the truth is known. Child, like, can you believe what we've heard? I keep it real and calm, delivering truth in each word. If rumors are swirling, I say, okay, let's see. And present all the facts so y'all can feel free. For my members only, I share that exclusive tea. Platinum, you love it over here, living life carefree. We keep it real and loyal, trust growing each day. Inside these castle walls, love flows in every way. Every castle resident's voice is heard loud and clear. We vibe together in harmony, year after year. Our story grows stronger with each conversation. So join the family now, be part of creation. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle, where everyone is welcome. All be hip-hop track. Welcome to the castle, everybody step inside. Vibes queen on the throne, come along for the ride. No opinion's better than the next, that's the deal. All feelings are valid, every vibe here is real. Castle residents, stand up, we keep it moving strong. In this kingdom of vibes, you know that you belong. Respect in the castle, that's how we do it each day. So settle in and vibe out, VQ's leading the way. I'm the receipt queen, I keep receipts on file. Spilling all the tea in the castle with style. When the drama pops off, ooh, y'all like it's hot. I stay cool with the facts, giving proof on the spot. You get my story, okay, I'll prove it real quick. Dropping all the receipts, now the truth really sticks. I'm serving up truth while they just chasing clout. In the castle we keep it real, no room for any doubt. For my members only, I spill extra tea on the side. Platinum, you love it over here, it's a VIP ride. Behind these castle doors, I serve truth extra strong. Exclusive vibes for my people, we vibing all night long. If you want the inside scoop, then you know what to do. Hit that join button fast and come through with the crew. Castle crew so loyal, shining bright like a crown. We built this family together, ain't no tearing it down. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle, where everyone is welcome.